got the sky, got my own home. I got a long to go to. 40's on, 40's here again. Back to green, I came on. Well, that's the thing about, that's what I think about. Yeah, that's the thing about, the thing about, oh.
94.7 The Pulse. Across Geelong, the Surf Coast and Bellarine Peninsula. Welcome to the match of the day. Broadcast on the Pulse. Now, here to bring all the action to your radio, our team on 94.7 The Pulse.
This afternoon, we're at their Town and Country Pizza Oval at Thomson. They are taking on Bellpost Hill in a game which was still trying to work out what's going to hit or who and what is going to finish in the top five. And obviously, after some results last week, Inverleigh still a major chance to make it in there. Grubby still reckons Werribee Central will get it there too, but I'm thinking he might be just having a bit too much to drink during the week. But no, as I said, they are mathematically a possibility to make it. If their form holds up like it did last week, they are going to be a great chance. But that will be sorted out, I would think, sometime today, and we'll know a little bit more about where sides are going to start to finish. As I said, we are getting close to finals, only 4 rounds away, and we're looking forward to it. This afternoon, we said, Thomson taking on Bellpost Hill here. But in commentary with me this afternoon is Grubby Richard Grubby Cations. And how are you, Grubby?
It's the second week in a row you've stuffed my name up. I can't believe I've only been doing it.
I've been practicing all day too at home in the car, followed you in the ground. Thank God you've got some rights around here. Grubby led me right into a nice car park, so I've been around 3 times to try and get one.
I've only been doing it for about 12, 15 years, and you still can't get my name right. But anyway, welcome viewers, welcome listeners. This is the big one. This is a big, big game here today, especially for Bellpost Hill. But with Thomson's injuries, it's a big game for them too. There could be fourth spot up for grabs, which probably doesn't matter in a 5 situation. But with Inverleigh, and do you know what the word facetious means?
Yes.
What about the word bulldust?
I can't spell it.
What about bulldust?
Yep.
Well, that's what I was talking before, having a bit of fun. I don't think Werribee can make it. But Inverleigh certainly can if they win today. And either of these sides, especially if they get a couple of injuries and they drop a bit of form and lose a couple of games, Inverleigh can still make it. Like I said they could 5 weeks ago when you said they could.
I agree. I did say that, and I'm still. I suppose the thing that now has been changed a little bit is beforehand they were relying on other teams to get beaten. That has happened in the previous 2 weeks, but they can control their own destiny by continuing to win games of footy. And Bellpost and Inverleigh do clash in a couple of weeks' time, so that will be an important game. But
where's that game at?
That's at Inverleigh.
Ooh.
Yes. So also in the commentary box this afternoon, back at home, Archie. Welcome back.
Thanks, Smithy. Appreciate it. Welcome, listeners. Welcome, viewers. I thought you weren't going to introduce me there for a bit, but no, it's a massive game down here today at Pizza Park. Looking forward to getting into it and having a look at the other games across the round because we've got some very interesting games that are going to have massive ramifications on the final, the latter come the end of the year. And I think Thomson, the biggest story out of them today is, massive injury list, as we all know. Just seems to keep getting worse every week. And they've got 8 players under 22 today, so is their lack of experience going to cost them, or will the youth maybe help them be fitter and run Bellpost Hill off their legs? So I'm excited to see what happens today.
Yes, I said, I think it's important, as I said, for both sides. We know the importance of actually all wins now going forward from here. I definitely want to finish top 3. I think any side that finishes outside there, I know I said this, we say it most years, but you need to have a fair bit of luck going into finals. You need to stay sound, and at the moment, that's where Thomson are at the present time with a lot of injuries there. So. And again, a bit like the Belmont Lions, they've got some troops missing, but I think Belmont Lions are more likely to get some of their troops back than Thomson will grab, the way what we're hearing.
Yeah, it looks like it. And I did an actual survey during the week to see who would be the most biased person in the commentary box today out of Archie and John Mitchell, and it was a dead eat. Absolute dead eat. So just have a listen and look how professionally I handled it last week at Werribee and try and do the same. Hey?
Yeah, Werribee jumper on?
Only in the last 10 minutes.
When he knew the game was done and dusted.
A
game not too far from us here this afternoon, and it is going to be East Geelong taking on the Belmont Lions. Now, East Geelong the previous 2 weeks have been beaten by North Geelong. Well, you can sort of live with that one. But then last week, Werribee also did a pretty big deal on them up there, and I think they are a side that now needs to start to find some form if they want to continue I suppose they're not in any. Oh, well, they could lose their top three's position, but the more likely is that they will stay there. But at home against the Belmont Lions today, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. We've already heard from the co-commentator here at Archie that his main man's back in the team, Zach Smith. Will that make a difference out there for them today, Grub?
Well, it certainly will, because I think he's pretty high up in the goal kick. He'll be second or third in the goal kick. And I just think he'll make a big... If they get it down to him and get it down to him properly, I always like the idea of having him being the opportunist when they've got Steele there to be the big man, and, of course, Caleb Bearzard as well. That should help him a little bit, and hopefully he's back. Hopefully his injury's okay, and he can move. Sometimes he might be a bit rusty and might need the game under his belt. But, yeah, he's back. Sobey's back, which was a big loss last week because Paddy Daly was just too big for all the other blokes. And Paddy Visinton's who's back. And they replace O'Brien Henderson, who I thought played pretty well last week.
Yes, he was pretty good.
For East. Jacob Nolan, but he's done his shoulder. I thought he tried really hard last week. And Jack Doyle. But out at Belmont, they got a few back in. They got Vermeulen's back in. Jack Evans is back in. Noah Wood's back in. But then they lose Mayman, Jones and Steele. So I don't know what happened to Sammy Jones. He wanted to play first. He can't train. He's fly in, fly out. He got a game, and now he's straight back out again.
Let's hope he hasn't done his hamstring, because I think that's what he had an issue with the year before.
It does have troubles out there. So, look, this could go either way. But I just reckon Belmont might be going the better at the moment. But here's the day that East Geelong are going to tell us, are they real contenders for the flag? We know they're going to finish top three. Their finals record hasn't been great. And I thought they were favourites 4 or 5 weeks ago, and they're just going through a little bit of rut in form. Hopefully they get rid of it today and they regain their best form and then be a real big part of the finals. But today, if they keep that form, I think I'm going to go for Belmont just.
Just a question. The outs there, Fanning, is he playing today, do we know?
Well, he's not in the ins and outs, so he must be.
Well, that was unusual because last week at quarter time, he stood at the quarter time hustle, or that when they do the quarter time address, he was in the boundary line, and I don't remember him going back out in the field.
I don't think he did.
So something wasn't obviously quite right.
He got injured in the first 10 minutes of the game. I spoke to East Geelong after. And also, another interesting point is that Sobey, he's a fly-in, fly-out player. He only finds out his work schedule on a Thursday night, basically, and he works out in Byron Bay, and then he has to make the decision whether to fly back or not. So they don't know if he's going to play each week, which is not good for your continuity in the team, especially then you're relying on Mulville then to take the ruck responsibilities. And there's some Premier ruck in the competition. It's going to be hard.
Well, you can get away with it in the home and away games.
Yeah.
But, I tell you what, I hope he goes on holidays wherever he is for 4 weeks, because you really can't get away with that in finals.
No.
Because the good ruckmen are playing, you can't get away with that in finals.
Yeah, no, I think they'll struggle if he can't be a permanent member in the side. But as I said, I was just interested with Fanning just to see what the injury was and if he was going to be running around there this afternoon. I think with Belmont Lions, too, with their, as I said, getting some players back. But as I said, you get 2 or 3 back, but then you lose 2 or 3 more to injury. And obviously things improve, but maybe not as much as they would like to have. So Vermeulen back in the side makes a little bit of difference. Arch, obviously your man Zach Smith's back in the side. Where are your thoughts with this game?
Yeah, no, it's a very interesting game. Obviously, Smithy, that East Geelong haven't had the best run of form, but speaking to a few people in-house at East Geelong, they're pretty confident that they're going to get some troops back at the right time, and that they're actually not too worried about maybe having a slump of form. Well, I thought even when we went out and watched them at Richmond Oval at their home ground, I thought that they didn't play too bad against North Geelong. I thought North Geelong just played the conditions better. Obviously, last week they were outplayed and outclassed, but I think I'll still back them in. It'll be a great game to bounce back, get some confidence back into their team as well. So I'm going to go with East, but yeah, it's going to be a tight one for sure.
Out of Footrot Flats this afternoon, Anarchy take on Winchelsea. Both sides winners last week, I think, from memory. And obviously they can both win this week if they make a draw. But Anarchy, I suppose, grab like an outside chance to make finals, but gee, they need a lot more than just winning their own games of football to go right for them and other sides to be losing. Will they be too good for Winchelsea out there this afternoon, or do you give Winch a bit of a chance?
No, I'll give them a chance. I actually do give them a chance. I don't know, Anarchy seemed to drop the ball against the lower sides. They got beat by West, they got beat by Cryo.
Twice.
And that's almost, the first game doesn't matter. The first game was a good game, and both sides trying to feel their way. We didn't know how either would go, but the second one was a bad one, and the West was a bad one because it almost probably did put paid to their finals efforts. And I was sort of looking, because they've been down a fair while, I was really looking for Anarchy to take part in these finals. But something like a miracle's got to happen now. And I think Winch's starting to get a few back as well. I know, I don't know. Is Daniel Gretzky not president anymore after this year?
I couldn't tell you that.
I've got a feeling he's not, and I think there could be a bit of trouble out that way. But this week they've lost Luke Henry to a hammy, but they get back Cassidy Parish, Tom Rouget, and Oliver Mankey. So they've got a couple of good blokes coming in. Simons and Dench have been omitted. But over at the Roos, they change every week. But they get back Alex Gear and Jay Lever, who's a good player, and Shaq Cox.
Now, he was the bloke that played well early in the year.
Yes, in the first round.
Now, where has he been since?
Well, he's injured. He played round 2, got injured in round 2,
and
hasn't played again by the looks of it.
No, he's been playing reserves. Played reserves in round 14.
Yeah, but we're talking seniors.
Oh, yeah, gotcha. Yeah, but he's come back.
Well, Shaq Cox will play his first senior game since round 2.
Yep.
So, and he looked good to us that day.
He absolutely did.
Yeah, he made a couple of mistakes early, and we thought, oh, who's this bloke? And then he rectified them and played really, really well.
Yes, he did.
The problem is the blokes that they're replacing. Josh Mawson is a really good player, but he's unavailable this week. Crossett, who's a pretty good player as well.
Reliable, yes.
Matt Detman's out with a hammy. That gives Winch a chance. And where's it at Winch?
It's at Anarchy.
Oh, it's at Anarchy. Well, I'm going Anarchy.
Your thoughts there?
I'm going Anarchy as well. Just on Shaq Cox as well. He's a really good one to watch for the future. He's already in the Oakley Chargers academy down there. So he's played 5-6 games in there. And he's also come from the Sydney Swans academy, I've heard as well. So obviously a bright future. And yeah, pretty good for a kid of his age to be playing seniors as well and making the impact like he is. I heard he had a great game in the reserves last week. I think getting a few back, Cassidy Parish or Winchelsea is really good. It's going to help them with their stocks. I don't think Finn Parish is going to get back for the rest of the year. Caleb Brown's going to be in and under as always. I am going to go Anarchy though, especially after their amazing win here last week that really did keep them in the hunt for finals.
Tell me this. The blokes in the Oakley Chargers, where's the tie-in with Anarchy there?
I got no idea.
And it didn't say in this write-up that he was injured. So has he been playing with Oakley Chargers maybe?
Yeah.
In the under...
Well, he's played 18s.
Under 18s comp. The main under 18s
comp.
Well, there you go. So, I didn't realise. I just suspected he was injured. But now you say he's tied up with them.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know where he came from or where he was from. But I know that when we saw him at Cryer the first day... out there, I thought he was. He looked like he was a bit of a talent. He just the way he just handled the ball and the things he was doing. He definitely looked like a bloke that you'd definitely want to have in your side each week.
East Kimberley Football League he came from last year. You know who that is?
East Kimberley.
Yeah.
Well, Kimberley Rangers would be up north.
He came from last year.
Just up the road. Yeah.
So there you go. Then all right. Well, he's back in the side, and as I said, that will be a bonus for them out there this afternoon. I think on their current form, they will be riding high, and with the opportunity that they still have a belief that they can play finals football, I think they'll be far too strong for the Winchelsea Blues out there this afternoon. So I'm also going to tip Anarchy. Inverleigh and Werribee Centrals. We'll give you a chance at this one first, Arch. Inverleigh at home, and they have been going okay. Beat North Geelong last week at North Geelong. But we saw Werribee, and they were very, very impressive against East Geelong. So this game, I know there's a couple of changes in the Werribee side, but this game takes on a pretty important role for definitely for Inverleigh. But Werribee to finish their season off well would be a real bonus for them.
Definitely, Smithy, and yeah, it's going to have they still have big ramifications coming into the end of finals as well. I think with Werribee, if you went and watched the game last week and hadn't seen a GDFL game for the rest of the year and saw that, you'd think that Werribee at the pointy end of the table and that East Geelong were down the bottom. But yeah, so the way they played last week was just superb. Such a team spirit, and the way they came through, it was it was really good. But yeah, just on Inverleigh, we were talked about last week. We're still giving them a chance. Obviously, they are now. They were stiff to not be in the 5 at the end of last round. But no, yeah, with the form they've had coming through, and players like Snezkov and David Peel obviously going as he always does, and Logan Haberfield, I think that they should get the job done today.
What do you reckon, Grub?
Sure. Look, Werribee Central's form, obviously has been really good the last couple of weeks. And as I said earlier, if they can play their best footy for 4 quarters, they can beat anybody. And they proved that last week by beating a pretty good East Geelong side. They have trouble at Inverleigh. They always have. I think the Snezkoff you were talking about, he kicked 5 or 6 in the game earlier in the year down at Werribee. And I just think although they've got Robinson down there now, he's a very good defender. But when I look at Inverleigh, Bo Collins isn't playing. He's out.
Again.
Yeah, Scott Condy's out. And O'Keefe's out. Guy O'Keefe. I don't even know him.
Yeah, well, he's one of their big recruits, but he hasn't played a lot this year. I think he's been injured a fair bit.
All right. Well, they're the key outs.
Bowie Collins definitely, because he's only just come back from that broken hand last week.
Happened.
So I'm not too sure whether that's re-aggravated something there. And no for the doubt that Shane Glenn will be on the phone here shortly, and he'll be able to let me know what the story is there.
Yeah. Well, the Blacks coming in, they've got a mix of experience and youth coming in. They've got Dan Gross comes back in.
Yep.
And I'll tell you what, I don't think I've ever seen him play a poor game against Werribee. He likes playing Werribee. Jarvis Miles. Actually, is the next two are my cousins that are coming in, believe it or not.
Yep.
Jarvis Miles comes in, and Sam Cations.
Now, I think I've asked this question of Shane the other day. He is related, but I don't know how. Or is he related or not related?
Well, I don't know. Is he? I know he's not.
No. Well, Shane, there's 2 questions for you, mate. I know you'll be listening in the car. Sam Cations, is he related to Grubby, or how does he fit in there?
Has Dougie got a son?
And I think I've asked this question of you before. Hey,
has Dougie got a son?
I'm not too sure.
Might be Dougie's kid.
Not too sure. But anyway, hopefully, if he's listening, he'll be able to tell me.
Yeah. So experience and youth into the side. The Centurions. They've lost Tate Camilleri. I gave 3 votes to last week. I thought he was absolutely magnificent.
Yeah, he did find a bit of form.
Yeah, he done a hammy right at the end of the game.
As he ran in and kicked the goal as well. It was so disappointing.
So that was disappointing. It says here Brodie Taylor returning to the reserves. If Brodie Taylor returns to the reserves, I'm going around Prison's joint tonight and get him in a headlock, because he's been terrific these last couple of weeks. So I think that might be a misprint.
He set a big task last week, wasn't he? Like to play a bloke like Ezard.
But when the ball hit the ground, he was sensational.
Yep.
But a bloke at 5'8" can't beat a bloke 6'5" in the air, right? But anyway, I thought but the weeks before he's been terrific, so that can't be right at all. Linehan Cunningham was supposed to come back, but from what I hear, he broke a finger playing basketball. In is Josh Stone, who I honestly don't know much about. I don't know Josh Stone much. And Justin Porter's back in as well. So there must be another one to come in there, but they haven't got it. It'll be a tough game. Look, I just don't like their chances of beating Inverleigh. If Inverleigh win, they can make the 5. If Werribee win, really, it's only really mathematically possible.
Yep.
But if I don't go for Werribee and they win, I'm going to cop so much rubbish. So I'm going to go for Werribee, but I think Inverleigh might win it.
Yeah, I think Inverleigh win at home. I think they're just the way they've been going about their football, not only in the last couple of weeks, but they haven't. I suppose similar to Werribee, they both lost games of football, but when you look at margins during the course of the year, they haven't been great. So you turn a couple of those games into wins, and obviously then your whole season turns around. But I think at home this afternoon, still with a great deal to play out for the rest of the season to make finals football, but this is a game they cannot afford to lose, so I think they win at home.
Obviously, with it, as you say, a lot to go in the rest of the season, and a tough run home for Werribee, for Inverleigh, as well. But now they've got momentum. We'll talk about last week. We think they're the real deal. I think they're the real deal now. After going out to North Geelong, beating them, I think 100% they could be a contender coming into the end of the finals.
The only other thing I took out of that game, they were miles in front and won by 10 points. So they still won.
It was a win, so it kept coming back. So you see 3 goals to each.
But you would think them being that far in front, you could defend. So there still might be a question over their defence, or it might have been North Geelong got back to playing the best footy they can play.
Yeah, as I said, we've seen them kick 11, as I said, a couple of times, or 11 one game, and so we know they've got the scoring ability, but again, to be able to hold them, especially at North Geelong as well, so I think that's the extra bonus that they've been able to prove that they can play against the best and play some good football, and they'll need to be at their best. As I said, we've seen Werribee last week, and they were very, very good, so that will be an interesting game this afternoon. We're looking at the next game, obviously. Not too much relevance in it, but Corio at home take on North Geelong, neighbours taking on each other. For being a bit of a combatant side, these two, over recent seasons, and I don't think that's going to fail today. We're hoping for a good game out there, but we're hoping that Karaya can put their best foot forward and hopefully hold them as long as possible. But North Geelong, for me, look like they're going to be too strong. Grub, how do you reckon this will play out?
Well, they will be too strong. I've got no doubt about that. But they have lost a couple of players, which won't help them too much. There goes Mitchell. Nice hat, John. And Zach Swennison's not playing. He's got a bruised kidney. And who else you reckon's out injured? Who's the bloke of all of North Geelong players? Everyone who'd be out injured.
Tom Davis?
No, Charlie Farrell.
Oh,
yeah.
What did he play last week?
He must have, and that's so sad because he's such a ripping player. He's a ripping kid, and he just keeps getting injured. And I'd love to see him play one full season without getting one injury, and you'll see how bloody good he really is because he's a really good kid. So it's not so much a loss for the North Geelong side because he hasn't played a lot, but it's just a loss for the people watching because he's a really, really good kid, Charlie. They'll also be out Noah Billy and Charlie McDonald. Now, the blokes coming in aren't too bad either. Like Cooper Vaughan comes back in. Jasper George comes back in. So they must have both missed last week when we didn't see them.
Yep.
Mark Paranov comes back in. And Josh Widdowson. I think it might be his first senior game, Josh Widdowson back.
Yes, maybe.
From North Shore, I think he went to. So he's a really good player too. So that'll really help him.
Well, that gives a fair bit of height too, a bit of strength, those four inclusions.
Well, it does. Karaya, they haven't really got anything in here, Karaya, so I can't say much about it. But I did read that I think both Bighams might be playing, both the young fellas. Ricky Bigham's two kids are playing.
Okay, yep.
Isaiah
That's right. Isaiah and Jalen.
And yeah, so that's good for the club because I know I say it a fair bit, but they had to pay 4 points for these kids that come out of GFL under 18s, which is not fair, which I hope gets changed. But unlike a lot of clubs who could have got better players as 3-pointers from the seconds, it's that they decided to go with that. I think Bartolo was another one on it.
Yep.
And there was one more that I can't think of at the moment. But they took all four of them at the expense of points so they can get in that side and become better players over the year. It was a great move by Karaya. Didn't help them this year, but I really, really hope it helps them in the coming years. I think Joel's playing. I wish he wasn't.
Joel is playing, yeah.
I just wish he wasn't. He's such a...
Brock Savenka.
Brock Savanka's the other kid, yeah. So, look, all in all, North Geelong will win the game. But Karaya haven't stopped trying all year, and they won't stop trying today, and they'll give it the best they can. But I'm going to go for North.
Actually, you're probably looking at the one-sided game here, but again, hopefully Karaya can put their best foot forward and stay in the contest.
Hopefully they can, Smithy, yeah. And just a question to you, Grub, and even you, Smithy. Do you think you start, obviously North Geelong losing last week in a game you'd expect them to win. Do you come out and, if you've got a few sore players, do you rest players for a game like this? Or do you want to make sure you've got your best team on the park and start to get the continuity and make sure you've got your best game style going into the next few weeks?
Well, the four that are coming in, for me, we saw Cooper Vaughan against East Geelong. He rucked most of the day, and I thought he was one of their better players. Jasper George was also really good that day. I think they would be benefited having Mark Paramanoff in the side in case something happens to him during the course of the season. I can't remember if you said the fourth one coming back in there, Grub was now. But the four players that are coming back
George, Paramanoff, Widdowson.
Widdowson, yeah. Well, obviously, he can play football. He's obviously been at North Shore. He's whether been biding his time just to get back in, I'm not too sure. But he's in there now, and he'll be hopeful now to hopefully hold his spot because going into finals time, he would be one other player that I would think, being one of the younger ones, would have that run in his legs. So I think therefore they're bringing in, whether these other blokes are injured or whatever, I reckon they're not losing too much with those four.
Well, to answer your question, Zach is out with a bruised kidney.
Yep. That could be that's hopefully just a week, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or...
But I mean, just purely and simply to answer the question, would they rest? Charlie's out with a groin injury, right? So the other two boys that are out are Noah Billy and Charlie McDonald. So they could be rested, but I really don't see why. And to do that, and even to say that is a bit of a detriment to Karaya to go and do that. I mean, they said Anarchy did it to Karaya, rested a couple, and then Karaya knocked them off. Right. So if you're going to do that because it's Karaya, be expected to have a tough game. They might knock you off. So, and I think Riccardi's far too smart for that. He's a very good coach. So my guess is no, they're not resting them. Not yet anyway.
You know, as I said, once you really don't want to be rested unless you're really, really sore because, as I said, someone comes into your side and plays well, then you've got the big decision to make of how to get them back into the side.
Exactly.
But I think Zach Swenison would definitely, and Charlie Farrell, the other two, McDonald's, he's a pretty light sort of bloke,
Yeah,
and
he
he's
is.
been playing all season out in the wings. So,
He's been
and
playing pretty well as
Billy's
well.
been sort of in and out a little bit during the course of the season, but
McDonald's been playing well.
they have been. That's what I'm saying. But there
Yeah.
are lighter blokes, you know, and I haven't. And playing senior football all season can be a bit of a challenge on their body. So that might be one that they have done so. But we'll wait and see. I'm hoping Corio can go out there and give it their best because,
Well, they'll give
as I
it their
said,
best.
They will.
will.
They're a
They
proud
won't,
club.
they won't go down not asking questions. But I just hope that that it's not a get to half time and they're done and dusted. Let's hope they get to 3/4 time and there's still a chance to win the game
of course.
and keep pushing at it. So
And the other thing you mentioned, which I can't remember, about resting, come around 17 and 18, yeah, I wouldn't mind a rest. And then you don't get a finals game because the bloke comes in and plays really,
That's what
really well.
Smithy said,
That's what I'm
yeah.
saying. I'm referring to what Smithy said. And I reckon this close, you'd want to be playing to say, right, I'm going to play finals because I'm going to show you how good I am right now. Not sitting on the bench having a hamburger and drinking a can of Coke.
yeah, no, that's it. The final game we'll look at before we come back and discuss this one here this afternoon. Geelong West Giants take on Bannockburn. The Giants, again, have been troubling sides for most of the season. Bannockburn, and they need to probably finish their season as positive as they can going forward. So, again, I reckon this will be very interesting. I reckon Weimer must be back in after his week off, and that will make a difference to Geelong West. And at home, you'd have to give him a great chance.
I do give him a chance. I really do, especially when I look through the ins and outs. I mean, I know Tristan and Lockie Battaglia are back in at Bannockburn. That'll help them much. They brought in Josh Altman, who will make his first senior appearance. I think he might have played around one, actually, Altman. But anyway, he's back in, so he's come up through the seconds and been doing pretty well. But they replace blokes that they really rely on. Like Reece Ginn, they really rely on him. He's got a bit of bone bruising.
Yep.
Bailey Alford, the young fella, he's got concussion protocol, so he can't play.
Yep.
And the big one is Luke Bowden again. He holds their back line together. So, when we saw West a couple of times, their forward line struggled a little bit, but without Bowden down there and those blokes, that might give him some sort of a chance. I haven't actually got who's in and who's out for West, but just watching it, look, sometimes they look not good enough. Sometimes they play a quarter where you think, gee, that wasn't a bad effort. So I do give them a big chance, but Ronnie Pilgrim believes Bannockburn can still play finals if results go their way. So if he believes that and he's got his players believing that, I will go for Bannockburn today.
Well, I know Ronnie won't be listening now, so I'm going to tell Ronnie you're dreaming, son. Because if I run across him in the street, he might have a word to say to me. But I think they're clutching at straws if they think they can get to that position. The interesting one for me is Alex Blair during the first part of the year was kicking goals. He got that concussion against, I reckon the day we saw him against Winchelsea. And I don't think I've seen him back in their side since. But since that, Butters has been the bloke that's been stepping up and kicking goals on a regular basis. So, one, I'm interested to know where Alex Blair is or whether he's just given the game away because of that concussion situation. But I tend to think that West will be okay here this afternoon. Jackson Collins, look out, we've got a runaway here. Grub's done the can of Coke and he's dripping all down the counter. So we're just going to get something there. We'll be right. But, look, I like Geelong West. As I said, I reckon they I spoke to a couple of them recently coming through where I work, and that was really half positive that they should have beaten them the last time round at Bannockburn. So with that, I think with Bannockburn's changes, I said they're going to ask a few questions of themselves out this afternoon. If they're good enough to win this game of football, I think that's what they want to do because they want to finish the season again positively. But I reckon Geelong West at home might be a bit too strong.
Oh, I think the opposite, Smithy. I think that Bannockburn, from what I've seen of them this year and what I've seen of Geelong West, I think looking at the two teams, that Bannockburn are clearly the better team, and I think that they'll have their measure for sure. Even at Geelong West, I feel like Bannockburn should get home. I remember watching Geelong West against Thomson in round 1. And it was Geelong West played the best that day. I think they played nearly all year. They switched the ball well. They led well. They got to the front of the packs. They really transitioned the ball from back half to front half really good. So yeah, I think that Bannockburn though should be the better team. I think they should get the job done today.
Grab, have you spoken on this one? Did you say what you thought on this?
No.
You did? No, that's all right. I lost my track there. So, look, mate, we're going to take a short break. We're going to come back and
Clean up
discuss.
your mess. Every week you're not going to do it.
Yeah, I know. I've got to give it away. So we're going to take a short break. We'll go back to the studio and take a few ads there. While we come back, we'll listen to the Thomson and Bellpost Hill game. We'll go through that. We'll give our opinions and where we think that's going to be at. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football. Welcome back. As I said, Thomson now here this afternoon taking on Bellpost Hill. I can tell you from last week's side, the Thomson side of losing Jackson McLeod. He actually ran around in the seconds here this afternoon. Jed Hennessy's not playing. Billy Smets is out of the side, and Regan Kerslake is also an out from last week. Bellpost Hill, from mine, maybe a little bit unchanged. There's a couple of new players in their side, which I'm not really familiar with. Two of them, both the two players are Matt Hogan, so I'm not too sure. He has obviously been to the club because he comes up as a two-pointer, and the other person I saw in there this afternoon was Blake Crawford. I haven't seen him in the senior side before, but he's obviously out there getting a run around this afternoon. So a lot of changes for Thomson's side. Unfortunately, the quality that they keep losing grub is going to take some effect, not only today, but obviously heading towards the finals, because most of these we're hearing could be long-term outs for the season or out for some long-term, which doesn't help them running into the finals, because they did come good this time last year, and got all those players back and ran nicely through the final series.
See, they five. We thought they're not going to make it. They did get in, and they won. Now, I honestly thought they were coming from a better position this year than they were last year. And I was asked three or 4 weeks ago, can Thomson come through and win it again? And the answer was, my word, they can. Yes. But, gee, I'm getting a little bit worried now, because the blokes that they're losing, it's going to kill them. And it's not just your run-of-the-mill, 14th, 15th, 16th best players. Losing their best players. Like, I think Billy Smets, he'll probably go to surgery next week. So he definitely has to have surgery on it. Nick Lynch is a big one. I think we left out. He's
been out for a couple of weeks, hasn't he?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, I don't think he'll play again in 2025. No. He's racing against the clock to do that.
Lucas Boyd,
he's another one that may come back. Troopy reckons he'll come back.
Knights.
But I think, in a way, it might be too hard for him. He can't lift his arm much. I don't know whether he will come back.
I asked him to wave at me before and he lifted his left
He
one.
lifts his other arm. So.
yeah.
Knight said he was always going to play around 17, 18, 16 or whatever in finals. But the word I hear
Hold on.
that it's just not right.
Just quickly, Grubby. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, don't interrupt. Oh, stop him. Seconds player.
Congratulations.
We'll get to him in a minute. We'll get to him
All
in a
right,
minute.
no worries.
Saligen, of course, won't come back. Higgins won't come back. Hannessy's not playing today. Another really, really good player. So it's really, really starting to worry me whether they can. They're not going to come back, as you said, Smithy. A lot of them aren't coming back.
And obviously Jacko's limping towards 300,
Well,
sorry.
He is. He played in the seconds today, but he only played a few. He didn't play all game. Even in the two. So just to keep him right, he'd probably do it next week and then play 300th the week after. I think the other. There's another one out today. Who was that? Kerslake.
Kerslake's
It's good on the wing.
I don't know. I really think there's got to be a point where you say they've lost too many players, they can't win. But today, they're playing a side who can go out and play like millionaires, and they can go out and play like paupers. And they've had two different sorts of the way they play. If they come with their game today with the players that are out, they'll win. I just don't know where Thomson are going to get all their firepower from with the blokes they got out. So I'm probably going to go, which I don't normally do here at Thomson, the away side.
Yeah, it's a very interesting tip, Grub. I don't totally disagree with you though. I think Paul Lynch is one of the best systematic coaches in the league, and I think that's why he can have outs and still bring players such as Burke, such as Russell's played most of the year, but Wilson. You can bring Hobbs, McFadden. You can bring someone in, they can play that role. But it's just how many. It must come to a time, and you touched on it, Grub, where you keep bringing these players in. It's going to start to have an effect. Even if you have a really good system, they're not going to be the same caliber of the players that are going out. I mean, who's out? You got Smets, who went out this week. You got Smets, Hennessy, Kerslake. There's 3 premiership players there, so they're going to try and have to fill that void. And it's going to be tough to see they can do it. I'm still going to go with Thomson, but I think that with the players they're bringing in, I think you're starting to put more and more responsibility on players who don't have as much senior experience in football. And Balpo's still on their day; they can beat anyone. So I think with finals on the line as well, I'm going to go with Balpo still.
Yeah, I'm going to disagree with you on the fact that names you mentioned come in and play a role. They may well do that today. Just don't know if they can do it for a tough final series at St Albans. You need your better players back to win at St Albans. So yes, they might be able to do it today. I don't know how they're going to cover these blokes from finals. I really don't. Especially the way they've been going. If they lose another 1 or 2 today, they mightn't make the fight. They might be in trouble.
It's
a possibility that they can do that, as I said. But this is a side, Belpost Hill, we're talking, as I said, they seem to match up well against the Thomson side and have done for some time. So regardless of the players that have been out in the field, both sides have generally played a good brand of football. And it's been an interesting the results, and it doesn't necessarily waver to a blowout in any way. So this will be very interesting here this afternoon.
Well, here's a question for you, right? We've all been talking about Inverleigh, Bannockburn and Werribee, mathematically can make the 5, right? And we've all been talking about 5th, that one spot that Belpost Hill hold. If Thomson keep getting injuries, is there 2 spots up for grabs?
See, I think
there is, yeah.
They're 4 points ahead of Belpost Hill at the present time, aren't they?
I think so.
I suppose.
Check the ladder, Arch.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, as I said, if that was the case, as I said, you've got to look at what's coming afterwards. Obviously, they go to Winchelsea next week, Thomson. Then they're back here to East Geelong. And then the last game of the season, they go to Bannockburn. So you would think the Winchelsea game, you would put them down as a victory, but then their last 2 games would be questionable, as I said, against East Geelong and Bannockburn. But again, Bannockburn's still 2 or 3 rungs below and having a lot of players out. So, look, it raises a question. Grub, as I said, I couldn't see that. If you control it and you've got, you just have to win games of football and not rely on others. I agree that they can make it. As I said, that's always a possibility. But I reckon there's too much riding on results to fall their way for them to get in.
Well, I'm not going to name any players.
Yep.
But if Thomson lose him, and him this week, that could be a real. It could be on. But
if Jarvis wasn't playing,
but Thomson are actually 2 games in front of Belpost Hill.
And if Freeman does his hamstring again, he's already out there rubbing it.
Yeah, because you got. And I know Archie's looking there like a big idiot, But Thomson's percentage is 115.5. Whereas
That'd be one of the better ones.
Belpost Hill's 102, Inverleigh 110, 100, 103, 100. So they're in essence they're 2 games ahead, aren't they? Like,
Yep.
Because percentage is worth a game at this time of the year.
Oh, absolutely.
So that makes it even a little bit harder. So, but if they lose the rest of their 4 games, they could go out, and a few injuries. And I'm hoping like hell they don't. But the way things have been going, they could be in trouble.
And this is why it's important as well to have such a whole club approach, including your reserves, because you never know when you need.
Yeah, but their reserves no good.
Yeah, but you're going to have your top.
Where's the ladder
5
for the
players.
reserves?
You want me to get the ladder for the reserves?
Get the ladder for the reserves. I'll bet you they're not in the 5.
No, I don't think they are, but we'll get
Well,
the
I
ladder.
know they're
We don't think.
Belpost still wouldn't be either, would they?
No.
Thomson at 8th.
8th.
And Belpost still at 9th.
So they beat them today. Belpost.
Yeah,
beat
Belpost
Thomson.
did.
And why is that?
Because of the injuries
I
upstairs.
would think so.
Yeah.
And we'd just like to give a big shout out as well to the Thomson stalwart. Chris Scott played his 200th club game today for Thomson. He's been in everything. He's been the captain. He's been treasurer, club president, always volunteering. He's a lovely human being. Everyone who knows him around the club knows it. He's a really good person and a really good football player. And they couldn't get the win for him, but congratulations, Chris Scott, 200 club games.
Really good person. I seen him out there having a fight with one of the Belpost Hill blokes.
He's looking after his teammates, Grub. He's just a passionate player.
I've got another shout out. A young bloke who used to play here at Thomson. You might remember him, Grant Booley. Right?
I know the name.
Now, Grant Booley's son of, great man in Greggy Booley. And after a few mishaps of one of the hospitals around here didn't quite know what was going on when they should have, and his aorta tore away from his heart, and they basically got called in saying, there's nothing we can do, you're gone. But when he had a bit of fight in him, they did a 10-hour operation, and he's got through it, young Grant, and just through sheer toughness and having to go. So, Grant Booley, you've done a great job, mate. All the best, and I hope you keep going well. You're a champ, son.
Yes, well done, Grub. I didn't realise that. As I said, life takes a few twists and turns during the course of it. As I said, if you just keep looking forward, and as I said, we all benefit waking up every morning, every day, and looking forward to another one. So, interesting thing here. So, we've got the players in the middle of the ground. As always, the captain's in the middle of the ground. I didn't see who won the toss. Looks like Yates is going to go not to the city end. I think Sam Jack has pointed that way. So, Thomson will go to the city end, and we'll say the Queenscliff end.
Did we get the umpires, Tyler?
One of your mates is out there in his Grub.
Who's that? Yes, I know Steve Keaton's one of them. So
You just see on the boundary line there as well, Smithy, Salajan, wouldn't he be a great player that Thomson would love to have in their team? He'd probably be the one. And if you could pick anyone out of the injury list and have back in, either him or Billy Smets, I'd probably pick Sal, to be honest.
Right, the central umpires for today's game are Mark Davison, Greg Peters, and Stephen Keating. 63 years old, Steve Keating, still going strong. The boundaries are Eddie Rayson and Nora Peters, and the goal umpires today are Lucas Schultz and Gus Schultz, and I know they will do a good job.
What do you reckon, Nev? That's it. Good on you. Yeah, no, we're looking forward to playing.
Hang on. Look, I'll tell you something we haven't touched on. I don't know, and if I get a head shaky, I won't. Belpost Hill won a game during the week in the committee room. What did you think?
Well, we've spoken on the phone during the course of the game. Me, as an understanding, thought once the umpires waved off on it that was official.
Yep.
But then hearing what happened, I can understand why the decision was made that way. As I said, a lot of people spoke to me about it and said, all right, in the last 3 or 4 minutes of the game, both sides would have played differently if they had known what the score was. But the fact was that this has happened halfway through the second quarter, and I can't still understand why that's taken so long to come to fruition, that someone didn't register that the scores weren't right.
Look, I agree, and it comes down to human error. Everyone makes a mistake.
Yep.
Except myself, of course, but most people make mistakes.
How did they rectify it on that day? When they come together, whether it's the umpires and the people in the box to making the scores, how did that not gel up with everybody?
Well, the fact was it wasn't. But look, people ask me, what would you do? My answer was, I've got no idea. I do not know. So they've made the decision to do it. I applaud that. If they had gone the other way, I'd applaud that too. I just don't know. So we'll leave it to the people who do know, and everything's been done.
Well done to the GDFNL for making the decision, though.
And the good thing is these two sides play off each other, so they'll get the chance to make that right in that game. Anyway.
Exactly. All right. Thank you very much, boys. Let's
Umpires, go. We've got ball in hand and ready to go. Steve Keating is going to start proceedings, and he is going in there with the ball. Merrick's going to do the ruck work, and again up over the top, gets the ball down towards half forward. Flaccavento comes off the square, picks the ball up, or didn't pick the ball up. Whitney had it, handball back to Jacker. Jacker on the right boot, just very quickly went to whack towards the centre of the ground, picked up by Bryans through the middle, and he kicks into their forward line. Barton's back in the ground, and he couldn't take clean possession. Coming through the contest there, free kick has been given, and it is going to, and I'm not too sure who that is, who's wearing number 17. Archer's not on my list. Who is it?
Spiteri. Jaden Spiteri.
Spiteri. He's not even on my list. That's right. You keep going while I update me, Singo.
So Davis has the ball now. Going to send Thomson towards the 50 line. It's a great mark taken early from Geordie Cam. Good start from him. He goes forward inside the path. The Freeman couldn't quite, tracking back was the Balpo still player. I think it was Flaccavento. See the ball over the boundary line. So he'll have a stoppage 15 metres out from Thompson's goal early on in this first quarter. Boundary umpire just gathers the ball now. The ruck's going to be Geordie Cam's going to take responsibility inside 50, it looks like. He was held. Umpire says play on. Now moving out with the ball. Handball over the top was a kick. Geordie Cam just tapped down. Coming through Freeman. Oh, just wide. It was pretty wide in the end, actually. Out of bounds on the full. So very smart from Geordie Cam to palm it down. But
that nifty handball might have come from Comerick, I reckon.
You reckon?
He's a good pity. Don't worry about that.
So returning the ball for Balpost Hill now. They're going to switch out the far side. Oh, the ball was dropped from the player on that occasion. I think it was Flaccavento, and then he was tackled. The umpire says holding the ball, so it's going to go the way of Thomson. It's going to go the way of Jose.
He looks strange. I mean, it's still a mark.
I think he dropped it,
He
mate.
dropped it.
He dropped it.
But he brought it all the way to the ground and then dropped it.
Yeah,
I still think you pay the mark.
Well, as I said, he didn't pay the mark. He's paid that he's put the ball down.
Well, once he hasn't paid the mark, it's a definite free kick. But I just thought if you bring it down and then drop it at the end, it's still a mark, I believe.
So Dylan Jose to kick the first goal of the day from 45 metres. Looks pretty good. He's kicked the first. Straight over the goal umpire's hat. One straight goal, Thomson, to no score, Balpost Hill. We've gone 2.5 minutes in this first quarter, brought to you by Buckley's Entertainment.
Oh, very lucky there. I think that's a mark every day of the week to bring it all the way down. Once you do drop it at the end, you can't call play on because the umpire hasn't called play on. But a good opening by Thomson. They've done all the attacking, held it in there like we say you like to do every week, held it in there and were able to kick a goal. And that's a nice handy goal to start the game off for their confidence, especially for these young players who are coming into this side.
So ball back with the umpire in the middle of the ground.
But basically going forward.
Just floating forward, maybe. Jarvis doing the ruck work. This time he doesn't get a hand on the ball again. Yates through the middle. Couldn't put it up cleanly. Handball goes outside. Free kick's been awarded. And it's going to go to Yates in the middle. So Jack Yates now with possession of the ball. Goes out wide. Mark is taken out there.
I think Brandon Gardner was tagging Caleb Basley in the back line.
Oh, so Casey hands the ball off now, goes in towards Flaccavento, gets over the top of his head, picked up Norman in the half-forward line, goes to Yates by hand. His boot goes round to where it's dangerous, going back to mark. It's been taken out there, and that's Bark, I think, has taken the mark, and he has got the ball top of the goal square. Costello standing the mark.
I liked him at Belmont that day.
Yeah, very good. Gets the ball now, long kick was smothered off the boot there by Costello. You rave a bloke up and he does something like that. Cosy, handball over the top, went looking for his teammate there high, but the umpire's now played the advantage, or not too sure whether there was an advantage. Good call. And he's called it for a push in the back to Mark.
No, he's brought it back. He's played advantage, Steve Keaton, and then decided it was no advantage.
No, there was another free kick, Rob.
Yeah, but that was further up the field.
Yeah, if you were pushing the back as he kicked
it. Further up the field.
So Mowat now gets the ball, kicks the ball back to the middle of the ground. Jarvis can't take the mark. Ball at ground level now. Working hard. Can't see who the Belpo still player underneath is, but he's going to be awarded with a free kick. And it's still Whitney. So he's now got the ball just attacking side of centre. Goes out wide looking towards Barton. Again out the back. Little hand in the back there. Casey runs onto it again. He couldn't pick the ball up cleanly. Ball now runs towards the boundary. Players sitting over the top. How does the umpire see it? He's going to ask for it back. So a ball up will take place in the half forward line for Bellpost Hill. So the ball now thrown up again. Merrick gets front position, taps it on. Running onto it was Godwin. Needs to pick the ball up. Does so now. A little bit of time and space. Kicks round the body. Goes back long towards goal, but he is offline. Well offline. And ball is out of bounds on the full. Free kick going the way of Thomson. Again, Bark with the ball right on the beside the behind post. And he's looking to bring the ball back in along this side, the club room side of the ground. Long kick goes out towards centre wing. Jarvis. That wasn't. It was Cam coming up from behind. And he has taken the mark. Plays on now. Kicks goes down towards the half forward line. Read that nicely in front. Semi Quinn, I think it was, goes towards the centre of the ground. Jones couldn't take the mark back at ground level. Davis works hard at ground level, but he is tackled. Ball not coming out. Umpire is going to ask for it back, and he is going to have a ball up. So 5.5 minutes gone. It is Thomson, one straight goal. Bellpost Hill yet to score.
Early on as well, I can see Basley's being tagged. Looks like the job on him is going to be split between Bren Gardner and Charlie Russell today. Just come on the ground and switched up. The ball's back in play now. Just forward to centre wing. Sam Chucker gets the ball and throws it on the boot. It's bitten up and under, and a great mark taken going back with a flight was from Nick Flacavento. So he now goes just in front of us in the broadcast position. Bit of an up and under. Mowat come over the handball. Max Dalla gets pushed over the boundary line. Good gather from him early. So I'll have it ball in centre wing. Jarvis in the ruck at the moment. Taking on Merritt. Ball back in now. Tap down from Jarvis. He's going to win the ruck taps most of the day, you'd think. And Basley, getting tagged, is happy to see the ball go over the boundary line. So 1 goal to no score early on. Thomson leading this one at Peter Park by a goal. Ball's going to be thrown back in now. Short throw in. Well rowed by Kamaric. It was beautifully tapped down by Jarvis. Running at the ball and couldn't take it. Now Freeman gives it to Andersev. Andersev loads up from 50 and kicks the goal. Alex Andersev kicks Thomson second and he's first for the day. 2 straight, 12. Thomson to no score, Bellpost Hill. We have gone nearly 8 minutes on the Buckley's Entertainment first quarter scoreboard.
Hey, I tell you what, they've given it everything already, Thomson. You can see the life. Look, I know it's bad when you get a lot of injuries, but these blokes that come in, they've just got a lot of life and a lot of spirit. Can they do that for 4 quarters? Well, we're going to find out, but they've got off to a great start, 2 straight to nothing, and that's good in anyone's language, and let's just hope. And I reckon the score and end in the seconds was the other end, but there's no win, so I don't think that really matters. It just may be the way the game flowed.
So the ball now back in the middle of the ground. And it looks like young Crawford's going to be doing the ruck work now up against Jarvis. Oh, he did jump nicely there. Ball comes down towards Plant. He went after the ball. Oh, geez, it probably went low. Ball now in the hands of Harmer. He can't get the ball out of the middle of the ground. Yates head over the contest. Umpire is going to ask for it back. And he will do so to advance some 10 metres from the centre circle. Bellpost Hill end of the ground. Again, Jarvis and Crawford doing the ruck work. Crawford again tries to take front position, got there, and it was taken out of that ruck contest. Was by Churcott, but he was tackled immediately, and again, umpires called for it back. Another ball up. Again, this time Jarvis stands his ground, puts the ball down in towards Plant, couldn't take it cleanly, kicked off the ground there by Andersev. Ball now goes back out towards centre wing. Leading the race for the ball is Norman. He won't bet there before it goes over the boundary line, and there will be a throw-in which will take place far side of the ground. Big ask for young Crawford to take on Jarvis.
Oh, yeah.
Ball is thrown back in again. Jarvis front position, takes the ball out of the contest. Kamaric gets the ball from by hand, goes into their forward line. Cam coming up at the ball, takes the mark. Inside 50, so he can go back and look at his first for the afternoon.
It's a beautiful kick, Cam, as well. Definitely got the distance here.
Well, he's going to need to be because this is a very, very tough shot.
Distance, as I said, might not be a problem, but the accuracy will be the concern. He's right on the boundary line, far side. Comes in. Kicks that goal. He likes it, and it's just gone off to the left, I reckon, and through for a minor score. So his first score is a minor. And Thomson now, they move to 2 goals, 1. Bellpost Hill yet to score, and we are ticking towards 10 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment Centre, first quarter scoreboard.
You called that pretty well, Smithy. He said the distance wouldn't be a problem, just the accuracy, and he just plugged it to the near side. So
Jackie on the blind miner could have said that.
So Balpo still now to return the ball. Out a defensive 50. Going to try and go short. It's a good kick. Just up the middle of the ground. Can't quite see the play. Might be Zane Jones. Cherkov. He goes further down now. Jarvis trying to cut off the ball. That might have been a throw. Umpire says play on. Trying to go with the ball's Bart, and he does. And then he's tackled. Oh, no. The Thomson player was tackled. It's going to be a free kick to Burke. So Will Burke now in for his first senior game of the year. He's going to go down the line to a big pack of players over the top. A big fist came. Now the ball's at ground level. This is where Thomson are dangerous. And the umpire is going to say, give it to me. So I have a stoppage 40 metres out from Thomson's goal. And just watch Burke as well. He loves to go low and try and entice into the umpire and give him a free kick. So ball back up now. Down to Jose. He's already kicked one now. It's going to be in the square. Davis is there. They might rush this one over, and they do. So it's going to be a minor score. The second for Thomson today. It's 2-2-14 to no score. Bellpost Hill. 11 minutes gone in the first quarter. Brought to you by Buckley's Entertainment.
Dill Whitney doing the kicking this time. He goes out long towards Yates. He's up. Mark not taken. Ground level. He picks the ball up. Tries to fend off. But is forced over the boundary line. Throw and will take place in front of the club rooms here at Thomson. So they did nicely there and being able to hold that ball in there. Again, Ruckman go at it. This time Jarvis down again. Goes to the hands there. It was taken by Maguire to get the ball further down the field now. Picked up Diffie, handballs outside into the hands there of Plant. Kicks towards goal. I tell you what, that is a great finish. Right? That is straight through the middle. Zach Plant gets his first, and now the third for the Thomson side. They move to 3-2. Bellpost Hill are yet to score. But we've gone just on 12 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment Centre, first quarter scoreboard.
He'd be happy with that, Plant. He doesn't take too many.
That never looked like missing.
Tell you something, though, and I couldn't pick the player up, but the back mark, which probably should have been taken, has cost them dearly. Like, you know, I reckon they're fumbling. They're not on song Bellpost Hill at the moment, and you would think at some point they will be, but they want to be careful. They're not too far behind when they do.
Back in the middle now, Jarvis trying to go over the top. Not successful on that occasion was Crawford. He's going to have a tough job today. So Jarvis has the ball. Kamarik trying to run past with the handball. He's going to go with an up and under kick in the path of Jokes. He couldn't quite. Then Davis roves the ball and then gets the handball out now. Dalla kicks it in the path to Freeman. Is he going to take the mark? No. Through his hands. Did all the hard work and then couldn't take the mark. Now they're still under pressure. He's Plant the last goal.
Gonna kick another one. That's the real Plant.
So 13 minutes gone. It's 3-2-20 Thomson and no score Bellpost Hill. And Plant nearly kicked his second in a minute there.
Well, he didn't really nearly.
He had his second shot. Sorry, Grub.
Law of averages said he wasn't going to kick that one.
So Bellpost Hill deep in their defence. They have been for a lot of this first quarter. Try and get some ball movement going from somewhere. Thomson well set early. The ball bounced in front. No, it's going to be a mark paid to Casey. So Sam Jacket tied on him. Casey looks at his options further afield. He's got Harmer if he wants him. He's going to go up and under kick to a massive pack, and Crawford's going to have to fly. Nearly brings it down. Can't quite, though. Then it rolls out the back. Whitney's there. Tries to pick it up, then can't. There's Crawford. Gets the handball, but it's going to be a free kick, and it's going to go the way of Bellpost Hill.
Whitney.
Centre wing here. It's still Whitney. He's going to go inside their forward 50. Coming across his back. Not being able to take the mark was Costello. And then through hands. Josh Cam did well. Gave it back to back. And then over the... Davis had a big fly. Couldn't quite bring it down, though. Now it's a rush ball. It's a bit of an up and under. Mellett's there. He'll probably see it over.
That's better,
Good
Coffey.
mark taken. Here's Costello. He's going to send Belpo still inside 50.
He nearly handballed it to Yatesy then. He wasn't on the ground.
It's going to be the first real look at goal today, Belpo still. I think he's going to go to the hot spot here. Jarvis is standing there. He might take this mark. He goes for the fist. It gets out the back now. Here's their opportunity. Picked up by Flacavento, and the umpire says, give it to me. So we'll have a ball up 15 metres out from Belpost Hill goal with their first real look at it today. Umpire goes up again quickly. Jarvis down, running through and beautifully over the ball was Goodwin. He couldn't get the ball to boot though, and then Plant's involved as well. Now a right foot check side kicked. I think it was Cherkov, and it's gone out of bounds on the full. So Spateri will have the ball back, and we've gone 15 and a half minutes gone in this first quarter, brought to you by Buckley's Entertainment.
Yes, ball now in the...
Spateri, I think.
Yep.
Yep, Spateri.
He's
a big lump of a lad too.
Yeah, no. So he's got the ball now and he decides to play on the far side of the ground. Past the scoreboard he goes. Long kick outside 50. Goes looking for Jarvis. He's up. Mark not taken out there. Ball comes to the ground. Picked up. Handball goes out. I think it might have been Gardner.
There's something behind the play here and it's going to Bell Post.
I didn't see what was happening there. I was watching what was happening as the ball was travelling. So the ball is going to come back all the way back to the half forward line for Bell Post still by the looks of things.
They're both on the ground sort of jostling. My guess is there's a hand to the head somewhere. That's about the only thing he can pay, I reckon.
So Merrick, it is with the ball now. So he decides he's going to go low. That kick wasn't great going into the forward line. Said his forward's a bit of a task. It doesn't matter anyway. Ball has gone over the boundary line. We'll have a throw in. Right in front of the scoreboard here at Thomson.
It's a good scoreboard as well.
So ball now with the umpire, thrown back in. Jarvis front position. Barton's with him. Ball comes out. Hands and knees. Barton went after it, but still comes out. Picked up by Plant. He's tackled again. Ball from that contest. Sits underneath. And we will have a hold up or a ball up which will take place. So it's thrown back up again. Again, both ruckman. Or Barton throws his opponent out of the contest. Ball out the back now. Picked up out there. Good handballs inside. Casey to Barton to Cherkop. Handballs back inside. Godwin runs away from the contest. Wants to look for somebody. Oh, got himself in and out of trouble. Went towards goal. And that's what they needed. Valpo still their first goal through Dylan Godwin. And they move to one straight. They trailed Thomson on 3-2. We have ticked over 17 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment Centre, first quarter scoreboard.
You know, I just want to watch where he goes because I reckon when the North Geelong game, I was about to give him a vote because he was playing down back all day.
Yep.
But it looks like he's gone back
into the middle.
To the middle.
Yep.
And he's been hanging around the forward line for a while. So they've actually made a positional change here because I thought he was terrific down back, Godwin.
Yes.
The last time we saw him. So, but fantastic goal, and that's their first, and away they go. They're only a couple down now.
Back now, Merrick in the ruck. Tap, he won that on that occasion. Now Plant goes to Jarvis. He's been good early, Plant. So is Jarvis. Up and under ball. Cam, no, couldn't quite bring it down. Ends up with Wilson. He gets crunched by two Belpo Steel players. We'll have a stoppage just on the 50 of Thomson. So back up straight away again. It's going to be Merrick and Jarvis. He goes over the top. Crafty tap in the path of Freeman. Something always happens when he gets the ball. Now to Gardner. Handball inside. Here's Maxi Della on his left foot.
Oh, no.
Kicks the beer. Dick Maxi. And Thomson have kicked 4-2 to Val on one goal. We've gone 18 minutes in the first quarter, brought to you by Buckley's Entertainment.
Well, thanks, Smithy, for a wonderful day, but I'm off. I'm off if he's going to carry on like this. Oh, unbelievable. But I tell you what, Della was good. They're all good. But again, a goal coming from a magnificent tap out by Jarvis, and he's absolutely destroying him in the ruck. Merrick's gone back in there, and he's destroying him too.
Yes, he's getting his hands on the ball, and he's using his craft very well. Ball thrown up again. Ball, ruckman go at it this time. Jarvis taps the ball down. Again, no clearance there. Umpire will call for it back very quickly there. Kamaric comes out of the contest with it in hand. Asked to hand it back. Ball now again. This time both rucking a bit on it. Ball from there from Wilson. He was tackled straight away. So a third time, the ball will be thrown up. Same area. This time, Jarvis, a little bit of strength. Goes in towards Plant. Good, left the ball behind. Yates is in there trying to force his way through. He is tackled, brought to ground. Umpire, for the fourth time, will have another opportunity to throw the ball in the air. Getting more and more players around the contest
big
now.
punch here, sir.
Need a big clearance. This time the ball comes out, went towards Whitney, didn't take it cleanly, picked up and cleared away. Bell post Hill, been towards centre half forward. Out in front, Barton had the mark. Oh, chopped the arm, said the umpire.
Yeah.
Maybe lucky. Barton delivers and goes long into their forward line. Great
That's
kick, good
Bell Post
lead.
Hill football.
And Cozzy has got on the end of this one. Nick Costello can go back from the scoreboard side of the ground and look at trying to kick his first goal of the afternoon.
I think, Smithy, if he didn't say chop that arms, I think he would have taken that mark.
Yep.
I think I'll go with that. That's fine. Great goal, Planty.
So Nick Costello, opportunity for Bell Post Hill second. And they need this to stay in touch. I know it's only early in the game. But he moves in now from about 25 to 30 metres out. Chips at the ball. He likes it. And he has got his first. Bell Post still have their second. There are 2 straight goals. They trailed Thomson on 4 goals, 2. Buckley's Entertainment Centre scoreboard. We have ticked over 21 minutes.
It was real Bell Post Hill football, wasn't it? Like, Cozzy's standing down there, not doing too much. As soon as they get the ball, he moves, and they know where he's going. They know where he's leading. They kick. Still has to be a good kick. But once it's a good kick, the defender on Cozzy's got no choice, no chance in the world, because they know where he's going, they know where he is, and that's really, really good footy. And they get back to a couple of goals down.
Back now, umpire ball in hand. Good contest so far, and Jarvis, he's been pretty good in the ruck early, trying to get out to Kamaric. Kamaric couldn't quite. The umpire's found a free kick. And it's going to go the way of
Kamaric.
Yeah, it's going to go the way of Kamaric. So, looks at his options here. He's got Davis running if he wants him. He's going to go more central, looking for Cam. He was out of position. It was actually well defended on that occasion. Bannister, well defended. As the ball runs out of bounds. So we'll have a stoppage 20 metres out from the Bellway Steel goal. From the Thomson goal, sorry. So Cam doing the ruck duties. He picks up the ball. He might try and kick out of the... Oh, he couldn't quite. He picked it up out of the ruck and had a shot, but it was smothered over the boundary line. So we'll have another stoppage 20 metres out from Thomson's goal. We've gone 22 minutes in this first quarter, brought to you by Buckley's Entertainment.
So ball 10 metres around from behind, post thrown back in. Bannister looks like he's doing the ruck work. Ball comes to ground, out the back. Pick the ball up. No, not yet. Players still sit around it.
You'll have to get it out,
around.
Spike. You'll have to get... Oh, no.
Oh, no, he's a bit lucky there, Grub.
I reckon he might have jumped on it. Once you dive on it, you have to get it out. I think he was a bit lucky.
Caleb Basley too, so
Yeah.
ball again thrown back up. Bannister again doing the ruck work. Both players got a bit on it. This time out the back. Joe's right foot round the body. Didn't travel that far. Chance out there. This time was thought Wilson may have had it, but there's been a shot at goal. And I'm not too sure who had that shot. Maguire was it? So it's through for a minor score. So Thomson now to 4-3. Bell Post still on 2 straight goals. 23 minutes gone. First quarter. Dill Whitney looks like he's going to take up the kicking in duties this time. So his options. He looks like he's going to go far side of the ground. And again, long outside. That's a great kick if it stays in the field of play. McNamara, did he get a hand on it? No, it wasn't.
It's already out
over the
full,
boundary line.
Smitty.
So free kick will go, and it's going to go to Wilson on the far side. So, again, late opportunity here. Thomson to be able to go back into their forward line. Kick wasn't great off the boot. Standing underneath it, basically takes an uncontested mark and relieves some pressure for Bell Post Hill. So Thomson have defended well, actually deeper down the ground. The ball goes out wide. Be Semi Quinn there, I think. His kick goes into the man of the mark. Again, they keep the ball alive out there. Joes picks the ball up, got the handball back outside. Again, with players around, it's picked up by Bell Post Hill. The kick was lucky enough to find Merrick on centre wing. Handball goes back to Whitney on the left boot. Round the boundary line he goes, but again, that's too wide as well. And the ball has gone out of bounds on the full. Free kick is going out there to Wilson, I think it is again. So he's got the ball defensive side of centre wing for the Thomson side. He goes back in long. Yates in front. Ball from behind. Cam made the contest. Comes to the front of the contest. Picked up out there. Vashurin got the handball back inside. Costello into Whitney. Whitney out the back door. Went looking for and found his teammate in Quinn. He goes out the back. Bryans, he'll end up getting it back again.
Around with it.
They've got the ball now on the boot and they go back towards their half-forward line in front. Mark not taken there by Barton. Bark had it. Picked up McNamara. He couldn't get through the contest. Barton tries to force his way through, but again, McNamara runs onto it, looks up forward, goes into their forward line. Man, nice mark. Nice touch there. Ball landed in his hand and rolled down his arm and was smart enough to take possession of it. So, man now from about 20 metres out, almost directly in front, can go back. Look at his first and the third for Bellpost Hill. So, Luke Mann.
You should get his up. Remember he kicked the winning goal at Inverleigh that day?
Yes. Steps in, kicks it goal. Looks okay off the boot, straight over the umpire's head. His first of the afternoon, the third now for Bellpost Hill. They trail Thomson on 4-3. Buckley's Entertainment Centre, first quarter scoreboard.
Tell you what, they had 4 or 5 handballs just back in the centre, and I thought they're going to muck this up in a minute. They're going to have one too many, and I thought when they had to kick it, they did kick it, and they kicked it just in time. And when it got down to man, he's a big fella. The kid on him's a big fella too. He's playing. He's relatively new. How many games has he played?
Probably 5, 6.
Yeah, so I think the experience is when you're as tall as a bloke, you really can't play from behind.
He's got to beat body on body.
Yeah, otherwise you've got to leap for a punch. And man made sure it didn't go over the top with a really, really good mark. He's bigger than I thought he was, man. I just saw him just out here before. I didn't realise he was that big.
Just waiting for the ball to come back to the middle here. We have it in the centre of the ground now, so the ruckman are ready. It's up again here.
Jeez, the runner's battling too, look.
Maherich versus Jarvis. Plant wins the ball out of the middle as he so often does. Now to Jarvis, couldn't connect with the boot. Umpire said he tried, and then a couple of players jump on top, so we'll have another repeat stoppage in the middle of the ground. We're up again here. Jarvis might go to Plant on this occasion. He so often does. Coming through was Whitney. He couldn't get the clearance, though, and then Plant's jumped on top of it, so we're going to have another stoppage in the same position. So 26 gone here at the Pizza Park. Up again now. Jarvis trying to get it out. Couldn't quite. And then just a boot to it was the player from Belfast Hill, McNamara. Then Harmer lays the tackle. It's going to be holding the ball. They might take the advantage. You know, it's going to be brought back. So Harmer has the ball. Plant looks a bit sore in the middle of the ground. He's going to just a cute little kick over the top to Flacoventos. This is Jordan. He's going to move it inside the forward 50 into the path. Ooh. Not be able to take the mark. Was man now. Mowat tackled, then brought to ground. It might be a free kick for holding. It is. So Dan Mowat will, one of the more experienced campaigners, this Thomson backline.
He got rid of the footy, and the tackle continued.
Former QFL representative player goes down the line, centre wing. Davis might jump over the top. Whoa, couldn't quite. Dalla tries to tap it in his path. He couldn't. Now Davis back in again. And for the third time, and happy to see the ball over the boundary line. So a little bit of animosity coming from the Thomson players. A little bit of biff, nothing wrong with that. Umpire's going to get on with it here.
It probably should have been a Bellpost Hill free kick.
Probably.
I think he put his hand up into the face, and that's what they normally play.
Stoppage just in front of us in the broadcast position here. Balls. Just waiting for players to be ready now.
Don't make Gatesy angry, you blokes. Come on. You ought to know better than that.
So Jarvis versus Merrick down the path, trying to come through on that occasion. We couldn't quite. I think it was Casey, and then the balls were... Who's 28? I don't have 28 written down.
Or who?
Bellpost.
Cherkop.
That's the one you've been messing up all day.
So the one I have. So back up again here. Jarvis versus Merrick. Down in the path of Whitney. He might go with the ball. No, it's not. It's going to beat all comers. So we've gone 28 and a half minutes gone in this first quarter. Brought to you by Buckley's Entertainment.
A ball back with the umpires. I said throw in to take place again. Jarvis and Merrick. Ball just outside forward 50. Bellpost Hill doing some attacking here now. Put on him by the umpire. Again, Jarvis, and they both, actually, Merrick brought it back to the front. Kamaric got the handball out the back towards Jacker. Got himself out of trouble, put his head down, picked up by Maguire. Handballs round the boundary line. It was okay, found Burke. His kick was smothered. Ball now at half forward. Harmer goes back after it. And again, it sits around. The umpire's going to pay a free kick sooner or later. Again, it's not coming out. Let's blow the whistle. Thank you.
Blow it. Yes. You have to blow it quicker than that. I tell you what, it's not for the faint-hearted in there at the moment.
So the ball now back we go back to the umpire.
They're going in hard here.
So the ball now thrown in. But this time, ball comes out. Chirkop didn't take it. Maguire did. Got the handball out the back to Jacker. Little quick kicks going forward, only as far as Norman. And he has taken the mark. So Norman forward of forward 50 goes into the middle of the ground. They looked for good spoil in there. That was nicely done by Cam. Runs onto it. Just needs to pick the ball up now. Ball runs out towards the far side of the ground. Picks up on centre wing. Looks up. Options long. Goes back into their forward line. Freeman did that nicely. A little bit of body early. And he has taken the mark. Inside 50. So a late opportunity here.
Geordie Cam, that was magnificent football.
Good work. Just got the hand on it. Just in the right time, Grub, didn't he?
It just looked like he wasn't going to get there, but with his height, it must be about 8'9" with his height up, with his arm in the air. Just got his arm into it, but then showed the pace of a gazelle to get to it in front of his opponents and a nice kick. Great play, Geordie Cam. That could be the Kempy Engineering play of the day.
So Freeman loads up from outside, or just on 50, goes inside. An easy mark taken out there by Davis. And he will have a late opportunity now to go back and kick a goal. We kick over 30 minutes.
His opponent down there fell over at the crucial minute.
He was also unlucky not to get the ball. I don't think Freeman saw him running back to goal just a minute ago.
No, he actually stopped and put his hand up and said, I'm going to have a crack.
So Davis now is lining up for goal late in this first quarter.
Geez, this will be really, really handy.
Very handy. Kicks that goal,
He's
doesn't let him down, and he has kicked. Oh, he has missed it.
It's
Hit the
off
post.
the post.
I didn't even see that.
Nearly bounced back into the commentary box from there. What's wrong with your eyes?
I don't know. I'd be better have a look at something to grab it. Might have to get better glasses. But that's 4 goals for now to Thomson. Bilbo still 3 straight. And we have ticked over 30 minutes. Kick in was poor. Goes into the hands of Freeman, back into the hand of Plant. Wants to get in his left boot. Loads up, goes back towards goal, and he is offline.
You sure?
I saw that one.
You sure?
Saw that one. I honestly saw that one. I didn't see the last one. Zach Plant, 1 goal, 1. Thomson, 4-5. 3 straight to Bellpost Hill. Barclays Entertainment Centre. We have gone 31 minutes.
I don't like this rotation system. If you can run off the ground that fast, then you're not buggered enough to come off.
So
That's what I reckon.
basically now for Bellpost Hill, there won't be long to go in this quarter. Cam might take the mark over the top here. He had 1 and 2 cracks at it, couldn't quite. Now the ball's kept moving forward
Yates,
here
well
for
done.
Bellpost Hill. Yates did really well, then pushed after he kicked it. Was a Bellpost Hill player in Jones. Hobbs running back here. He's got it all to do. He's got to be composed. Goes back in the middle.
Good boy.
And it was very good boy. The back's going to continue the switch. What a setup this has been, all from Jackson Hobbs. He's going to go over the top again to another young kid in Charlie Russell. Russell grabs the ball, runs up towards the forward line now, just over the head of Davis. Now coming and trying to meet the ball is Freeman. Can he get the hands out? He can't. He's tackled by Hogan. And we're going to have a stoppage 65 metres out from the Thomson goal.
It was really good footy until that third kick. That third kick was poor, which didn't give their forwards time to mark the ball. If he kicks that nice, that's a goal to Thomson.
Well done from Jackson Hobbs back there as well. And now Geordie Cam tried to get it down the path to Kamaric. Couldn't quite find him. And then Bellpost Hill do win the clearance. It's an up and under ball coming back and trying to mark it. Looked like it was Goodwin. And then the ball is wrapped up in there. So we're going to have a stoppage.
I'll tell you what happened here. I thought Hobbs was just going to run over the line with it. So did the boys from Bellpost Hill. Unique bit of footy.
So we're back now. Kamaric trying to come through. Couldn't gather the ball. Look, they could have a late goal opportunity here. Bellpost. Although Sam Jacker might have another thing to say about it. Goes over and can't quite gather the ball. It was well done from the Bellpost Hill player to hold him up because we know how good of a kick he is, especially going inside 50.
Well, he knows too, and the problem was he was off and ready to kick it and didn't keep his eye on
He
it.
spent it before he had it. Grubbers, the ball's back down now. Plan involved. Kamaric was maybe held. Then he goes and wins his own ball. Here's an opportunity for Bellpost Hill. Coming inside, Costello's there and coming back. Great mark taken from Josh Cam.
At nearly 50.
Not stopped for anything there. And look at the sirens gone for quarter time. So 33 minutes gone in that first quarter. Thomson 4-5-29 leading Bellpost Hill 3 goals straight 18. brought to you by Buckley's Entertainment.
Goal kickers to the day, Max Della, Plant, Jose and Antisev, all with one. And for Bell Post Hill, again, all signals, Godwin, Costello and Mann. Take a short break, come back. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football. Welcome back. And as I said, currently at 4 to time, it is Thomson 4 goals, 5-29, leading Bell Post Hill 3 straight goals. And Grubb, it's been an interesting contest. It looked like Thomson controlled the game early, but Bell Post Hill able to get themselves back. How did you see the first quarter?
Well, they did, and I thought the play that Thomson had earlier, I thought they might go in with a 3 or 4 goal lead, but Bell Post still really fought back hard, and they played the old Bell Post footy stuff. A couple of interesting things I saw, like you've got two pretty good coaches here, and Lynch has obviously realised that Bell Post Hill's victories, a lot of them have come from the really good defensive play of Caleb Basley. So he's put Brandon Gardner on him. So Ash Whitney's decided, well, if that's going to happen, we'll bring Basley up forward and see what happens there. But he did go back. And I watched it down there a couple of times, and I couldn't see who they were. But players were going to someone, then running to someone else. So it's a real tactical game between two really, really good coaches. But, you know, in the end, 4-5-29 to 3 straight 18, it's probably indicative of how the play was. And I just thought from sitting here watching it, it was a really, really enjoyable game. Go on, you want to say something? Bloody will say it.
What does indicative mean, Grub?
Oh,
No, I think Paul Lynch, it really epitomises the coach that he is. It epitomises the way that he coaches. Having who they got? They've got Gardner, and they've also got Russell, both playing on him half the time. So they're both coming rotating off the bench and trying to keep Basley to as little impact as possible. And they're doing a really good job so far. So well done from Paul Lynch. And it's looking like a well-coached game. But Belpo still is staying in it, and good kickings, good footy, 3 straight. They're really staying in the game so far.
Scores from around the ground. We have Anarchy 32 leading Winchelsea 14. Corio 21, North Geelong 28. So Corio holding their own at the Shell Oval. East Geelong 34. Surprise, Belmont 8. We can't say there's a breeze blowing to one end of the ground because there's hardly any breeze at all. The Giants 2-2-14 and they lead Bannockburn 11. And the one that we're looking forward is Inverleigh 26, lead Werribee 24. So some close games out there.
Sounds like some really good games going on.
Yeah, there's some good games out there at the moment. And again, we'll check you back with them coming up towards half time. So we're umpires now.
Hey, neither anything about the game. Mitchell and Martin. God.
But we umpire again, back with the ball in hand, ready to start this second quarter. And we're also waiting for the ball to be bounced. Steve Keating just checking to make sure everybody has left the ground. I think he's still waiting for a couple, but happy enough with everything going on now. Players just so far side just asked to get over the fence, which he's doing so. So Steve Keating has raised the ball, and second quarter we are underway. Jarvis again back in there. Merrick doing the ruck work once again. Merrick tried to jump over the top. Jarvis nicely out the back, picked up Kamarich. Little half kick into the half forward line. Basically couldn't trap it, gets through the contest. Picked up Davis. Contest comes from Godwin. Did nicely. Basically tackled. He can't get out in and out of there. Oh, he's going to pick him now. I thought he'd actually blown the whistle earlier, but hadn't. And a free kick is going to go Thompson's way. So Davis will be the recipient. And he is going to have to kick the ball every bit of 50 metres. Handball's out to Kamarich off a step. Loads up, goes long towards goal. Has the distance. No, it doesn't. Doesn't matter because coming in, the mark has been taken out there by Cam. So he flattered around nicely there.
This should be a very easy goal, Smithy.
Just step out, kick round the body.
Step out and go bang. He's close enough to not be able to miss here.
You're putting the moz on him.
No, not from here.
He's done it once today.
You just can't get there in time for him.
So Cam now, options round the body he goes, and you have mozzed him.
I can't believe that.
Straight across the face of goal, through for a minor score.
I can't believe that. That's the easiest goal you should have.
So it's now 4-6 Thomson, 3 straight Belpost Hill. A little bit of a let off there.
A big let off.
Opportunity for them to start very well in the second quarter. I reckon sometimes they go back too far from the mark.
Yeah.
They can shorten the distance up a little bit, especially so close.
And the Belpost Hill blokes in close hardly took a step either, so it wasn't pressure. It was just a bad miss.
I reckon they've got to change that rule about where you can kick those balls from.
Yeah.
Not only at this level, but AFL level.
Well, if people keep missing them,
some of those they can't even kick the distance when they do it half the time. It's my bugbear. Ball goes out long now, out towards the half-back line. Marcus taken out there. Timmy Barton comes up from behind and takes the mark. So Barton now plays on, looks to deliver the ball. That's a wobbler off the boot. Wasn't great. Got to where he wanted it to do in Costello. He had to put the boot in his ball and move it in very quickly underneath it. Flaccavento, ball now comes out the back again. Thompson with some work to do. Went towards McNamara, got the boot, ball forward, picked up Whitney. Didn't even look, just went round the body. I'll tell you what, it's going to bounce, but it's not going to bounce the right way. Hit the behind post and is out of bounds. So that's a good setup there for Belpost Hill. Time to get some numbers down.
Well, it is a good setup, but eventually, really, a player of Dylan Whitney's skills should have kicked the goal.
He didn't even look, though.
No, he just went bang, and I think he had plenty of time to steady.
No boys around him, grab maybe. So the ball now thrown back in. Yates doing the ruck work. Ball comes down. Jarvis heads it back towards the boundary line. Jones runs onto it. Can't keep it in the field of play. Goes over. And it is going to be handed back to the umpire.
That's the other fellow who's out with injury for Belpost Hill, Felix Jones.
Well, what's he done? Because he's the runner.
Don't know.
I think he's doing
is
the
that
run
him there?
Yeah, I think so.
Don't know.
And he looks like he's moving all right.
Yeah, look at his hands. Is his hand taped? I'm
not too sure. Ball from the contest, picked up by Plant, delivers the ball back outside. Bannister out the back, read that nicely, but Cam in front, he took the mark. He did even better. So Cam now with the ball, still defensive side of centre wing. He wants to go towards centre half forward. Freeman's going to be the target. Big ball going back basically. Ball comes down the ground, picked up out there. Vashurin needs to get the handball away. Was able to do so. Going into it now.
High, he says.
The umpire. So the ball's coming out.
Tell you what, he's got a lot of skills, Caleb, basically, but he's not short on guts either.
So the ball now kicked back by Bashurin, goes backwards into the hands of Norman. He's gone back to full back. Going to come back towards Bannister. No, he's not going to risk it. Little chip out sideways. Bashurin once again. Ooh, and he has taken the mark.
Oh, he's going to pay 50. He's going to pay 50.
That wasn't there, was it?
I don't think so, but if you don't grab him after he's marked it, he can't pay 50. So
Bashurin can keep running here because no one's actually set the mark up, and he's continued to go. So now he's called play on, goes long into their forward line, coming up front of the mark, not taken, picked up, cleared away out there, back into the middle of the ground. Merrick good up and under, and he has taken the mark. So he will drive Bellpost Hill back into attack. Long kick going forward. Man in front. Ball not marked out there. Picked up. Man had a second go at it. Got the handball out towards Yates. There's a free kick. The umpire said incorrect disposal.
That's 50.
And it should be because the ball has been awarded a free kick.
I'm not sure the umpire saw what happened after that. It's got to be 50.
Well, you would have thought so. It's going to go back, and the free kick's going to Jarvis, I think, all the way back there in the back line. So he's going to give the handball to the back pocket. Again, Bark from that position, kicks out long, back towards centre wing, in front, Whitney. He read that nicely. Unfortunately, I don't think Maguire had actually had eyes on it when it first delivered in. Kick goes back into their forward line. Again, gets out the back, running onto the ball. Norman couldn't take the mark. That might have been a bit high there. Picked out outside, I reckon. And
I thought he got him jumper. I thought he got him right up high on the jumper.
Do you reckon?
Back, he got tackled.
Was it?
Yeah.
So he was, anyway, ball's gone over the boundary line. There's a free kick being given.
Throw.
There you go. I've missed that as well.
Well, it's too deep in the pocket for me.
Yep. I should be watching the screen grab. It's a bit closer for both of us.
I did that in a second, but it wasn't working.
So Norman now an opportunity. I think he's in range, but again, it will need one of his better kicks.
Oh, gee, that's a toughie.
So he plays on now, gives himself a bit more room, kicks back towards goal, got the distance. No, he hasn't. The mark has been taken. I reckon that's Yates. Put across. And he has taken a mark right in the goal square and can go back and kick Bellpost Hill fourth.
Can I put the moz on him now?
No, well, not from there.
There's no way he'll miss this one.
And he hasn't. He's put it through. Jack Yates got his first and the fourth now for Bellpost Hill. They move to 4 goals straight. Thomson run 4-6. Almost 6 minutes gone. Elders Insurance, second quarter.
I don't know. I didn't see that free kick, unfortunately, but it was a bad one to give away because you give free kicks away on the forward line, you open the game right up, and Bellpost took advantage of that. And Yates, well, I've seen Yates play a long time, and he's not really one of the high-flying marking types as normal, but, gee, that was a good mark in the goal square. And once he's got that, that's no worries. Straight through the middle, and it brings them within one straight kick.
Just bringing the ball back now. Kicked it. Long way over the girls. No nets here at Thomson.
They're pretty expensive, you know.
Pretty handy to get them, though.
Yeah, well,
I guess we got the tall goalpost. So.
Sure, there's some pull from Mitch, isn't there?
you've got to pinch him like you did the goalpost.
Merritt was basically uncontested in the ruck. He got the ball down to Whitney. Whitney goes inside the forward. Big contest coming away now. Back. We'll get through that. Now it's a couple of players down, but we've gone forward here into the path of Geordie Cam. Thompson's half forward line. Maxella overruns the ball, and now Cam's there. Davis is there as well, but well won out by Jack Yates. He got in the path. Coming through was Hobbs, though. He does really well, trying to win the ball for Thomson. Taps it into the path of his teammate. The ball eventually ends up over the boundary line. Are all the players all right from that big contest?
Yeah, you just get the feel with the tempo of the game. Thompson need to settle here because Bellpost still are looking dangerous. Even though they're leading, they need to settle and probably kick a goal.
So ball thrown in just on the 50 line of Bellpost Hill, out of sight of the ground. Ball kicked into the path of Antisev. Whitney's there as well, trying to win the ball out. Bellpost still do win it from Merrick. He goes into the path. Hobbs was in front, couldn't win the ball though, and then it might trickle over the boundary line. It does, so we'll have a throw in 50 metres out from the Bellpost Hill goal.
Watch what Merrick does here. The boundary umpire was a little kid. He's going to throw it short. To stop the dominance of Jarvis in the ruck, you have to play in front. It's not Merrick anyway, but you've got to play in front and hope he throws it short.
Barton in the ruck, and then tapped forward smart by Jones. This is an opportunity, although back does really well again, and then he gets tackled.
Oh, no.
Through. Oh, smothered on the line by Jones kicked. Was smothered. I think the player was Maguire, and it's under the pack somewhere there, so we're going to have a stoppage 10 or 5 metres out from the Bellpost Hill goal.
I'll tell you what, if nothing else, it's pretty entertaining here today.
It's a very good game of football early is up.
Oh, yeah.
Sam couldn't quite. Now it runs through. There's going to be a high somewhere in there to plant. And no, it's going to be it's going to be
If
a
that
ball up
goes through,
again.
I'm going home.
Goal of the
I'm
century
dead
it
set
would
going
be.
home.
So we're back up again here. Still 10 metres out from Balpost Hill's goal. Thomson defending gallantly. Comes out wide. It might be Kamaric who's wrapped up instantaneously. So we'll have another stoppage. So 8.5 minutes gone here. This second quarter. Here we go. Jarvis still in the ruck now. He's going to get the ball down. Can they get it clear? Maguire just handballs into space. Joe's got it. And then that's going to be holding the ball. We dropped it. It is. He's trying to free his arms. The great tackle coming back the other way. And so Valpo's still going to have a shot.
It was all about the way he actually lost the footy because there wasn't a lot of prior opportunity from when he grabbed it. But when you don't dispose of it properly, they're going to ping you every time.
So it's Brian's. Yep. So Brian's is 40 metres out. So even the score's up here at Pizza Park. Not a bad kick. I think he's got it. He does. We're all square here. 4-6-30 to 5 goals straight. 10 minutes gone in this second quarter. Brought to you by Elders Insurance.
Look, I know I said it before. I'll say it again. Belpost still look like they've just got on top. Thomson have to fight for the next 10 minutes and go in at halftime even or close. Otherwise, Belpost still, they just look like, as I said earlier, they're off. Well, they're back on. And it's time for Thomson now to really put the next 10 minutes as hard as they can to stop Belpost Hill from kicking a few goals. And that's all they've got to do for the minute. Just stop them from kicking a few goals and stop their run.
So with the umpire back in the middle of the ground, ball thrown in the air. This time it's Cam in there doing the ruck work. That's nicely down to Kamaric. Goes into their forward line. Jose comes out, spoiled from behind by Vashurin. Picked up out there. And it was trying to be cleared away. But it was tackled, and that was Russell. Umpire said he had no prior opportunity. Now,
what's going on here?
I think Sammy Jack has made a comment.
And 50.
I think that's from Jordan Cam. So the original free kick was from Sam Jacka for descent in the middle of the ground, saying it should have a high free kick, and then Jordan Cam, I think, said something else to the umpire at 50 metres.
No.
That's decent 50.
No,
That's from back here.
The free kick was here.
Oh, was it?
Free kick was in the centre.
Well, anyway, ball's gone down, and Costello's marked the ball. Has it gone over the line? I'm not too sure, I don't think so. He has marked it in the field of play, and he can go back and kick round the body. Let's hope he does it better than the last time we saw it. So Nick Costello to keep their record intact, and he has got his second and the sixth goal for Belpost Hill. They move to 6 straight. They lead Thomson on 4-6. Elders Insurance scoreboard, we have gone just over 11.5 minutes.
Gee, Sammy Jacko, I just finished saying, I know they can't hear me, but I just finished saying they got to fight hard, do the right things for the next
But the
10
ball's
minutes.
here. Sammy Jack has mouthed off there, but the free kick started here, though, didn't it?
No, when he mouthed off from there, Steve Keaton pulled it back to here.
Yeah.
And then gave 50 from here. I don't know why.
Because it was that umpire that was
but this is where the infringement happened, though. If he's mouthed off, he's turned. He's
Yeah, but the
changed
infringement was where
Do
he
you bring it
mouthed
back
off
to where the
from.
ball is, or is it? Yeah, it's exactly where he mouthed off from. Yeah.
Well, if that had been 50, he should have been shooting for goal.
No, it was in the centre.
Centre, yeah. So anyway, we're back in the middle. Very exciting football here at Peter Park. Trying to get the ball forward here is Geordie Cam. He probably owes his team one now. Into the pass of Paul Davis. He gets the ball, and then he's going to wheel around into the path to Diffie. Can he take the mark? No. Punched out. Still a chance, and the ball trickles out of bounds. So 25 metres out, we're going to have a ball in from Thompson's
The
goal.
more I think of it, I reckon you're right, Smithy. If the ball's still in contention here,
Yep.
it doesn't matter where he pays. It probably should have been from here. Yeah, I reckon you're right the more I think about it.
Because if he's paid it there and he's getting 50, there should have been in the goal square nearly.
Cam to Hobbs. He got it down. It might have been Wilson. It was. Couldn't quite get the ball out. Now Cam again. Paddling the ball. Wins his own ball now from the pocket. Oh, step back. Couldn't quite. Whitney switches the dangerous.
But he had a good look, though. He had a good...
Had to be a good
He's up to the challenge. Basically.
That's dangerous.
That wasn't even for the intended target, but coming through Jones, now he's sold himself into a little bit of trouble. He's got to have an outlet kick here. He does. It's a miracle, though. Jordan Cam might have something to say about that. He turns around, and now Kamaric is involved. Handball out. Again involved with Zane Jones. Burke running after the ball. Can he get it? He goes to ground. He's got to keep his feet on that occasion. Now Wilson's there as well, and there's going to be a ball up 75 metres out from Thomson's goal.
I'll go back to Whitney, right? He's got the ball. We all know how good he is. He stopped. He looked. He saw it was basically. He knew he was a good kick. I don't think there was any danger in the first one. A lot of danger in the second.
So down now in the ruck, it is Jarvis back for Thomson. Coming through, Wilson is going to send Thomson inside 50. It's an up and under kick. Diffie's got to get under it. Good fist over the top by Vashunan. Now, player being held was Anderson. Umpire says play on.
I'll tell you what.
Now they're going to go forward. Casey has the mark.
Geordie Cam.
So Casey goes forward. He finds Marriage all on his own because Geordie Cam's out
That's
behind
smart.
the ball. Gets over the top. Costello, can he gather it? It's got to beat Hobbs. He does. Little pirouette move. Now he moves inside. Takes on one. Takes on two. It's got to be holding the ball umpire. And it is.
Oh, the Australian bloke got him again, I think.
It was
Tom.
nearly.
Mate, even I can see that, and I'm half bloody blind.
He was trying to kick goal of the year there, Costello, and couldn't quite. Jackson Hobbs is up for the challenge, and they're going to have a kick outside 50. Is that Burke, is it? I think it is Burke. So Burke is going to go towards 59. Not the best kick in the path of Balpost Hill Ruckman. Now coming through, Antised's got to chase the ball. He's going to try and beat all comers. Now, though, they're going to have a shot on goal. It might be Zane Jones to run in.
I think he's missed it.
And he's missed. So 4-6-30 to 6-1. It's their first minor score of the day. 37. 14 and a half minutes gone in this second quarter, brought to you by Elders Insurance.
Tommy Jacker, ball in hand, kicking in for fullback. Cam is coming back to the clubroom side, and that is the direction he's going to go. Banniston with some work to do here. Cam positioning himself in front. Banniston behind. There's a hold, says Steve Keating. Oh, he's played it the other way.
The hold should have went to Thomson, shouldn't it?
Well, he's pointed the other way. I must have missed something there, but
How can you hold from in front?
yeah, I'm not too sure.
No.
Bannister's rewarded with the free kick. His kick into the forward line wasn't great. Got through the back. Barnaby picked up out there, and that was through Spiteri. Got the handball away. The ball comes back outside 50, and that's a good mark out there. And that's young Hogan. So he goes back quickly into the forward line. Godwin comes up at the ball, and he has taken the mark, and he can go back and look at his first goal of the afternoon. Actually, got one already, sorry. Can go back for his second.
I'd like to look at that in the video. I don't think he's allowed to kick that. He's taken the mark and had a step. I don't think he's kicked it from behind his mark. The poor old Thomson bloke on his mark is about 3 metres back this way.
So Dylan Godwin is going to kick the ball. Again, I'm not too sure of the line, but I reckon he has to kick it best part of 50, and if not more, he steps in. Long kick, nice distance, and unfortunately, accuracy is not there. So he's got his first minor score, 1-1. Belpost Hill now to 6-2. Thomson are 4 goals, 16 and a half minutes gone. Elders Insurance second quarter.
The size of the legs on Truck Maguire. They're huge.
Sammy Jacker got the ball back in hand now, so he's looking to bring the ball back in. He's going to come the same side this time. This time the long kick out once again in front. Jarvis, ball out the back. Yates front position. I tell you, I think he's taken the mark. Umpire's called play on. Now, again, I'm a bit confused about that one too. Not too sure whether anyone else had a hand on it.
Looked to me like he didn't take it. I didn't think he took it. I thought it come off hands, but
I thought he took it.
well, the umpire was there.
Yeah, well, as I said, that's why we're sitting in the box.
Definitely
Ball
come off
thrown
hands.
up this time. Jarvis, ball down, goes to Plant. Got the handball out only as far as Godwin. He got the handball further afield. Running onto it now, Maguire picks the ball up. Left the handball out to Della. Della on the right boot. Round the back to Cam. He picked it back the other way as far as the ball came the first time. Handball outside from Jarvis. Missed the target. Gone over the boundary line. Throw-in will take place in front of the club rooms, or just in front of the change rooms here, I should say. And a boundary umpire with ball in hand.
A lot of the times you have a look at the reaction of the players, and Yates, he just give it back. He didn't whinge.
So again, Jarvis doing the ruck work up against Crawford again. Young Crawford just sitting out the back there. Jarvis gets to the ball, picks it up himself, tried to get the handball outside, didn't travel too far. Wilson picks the ball up. He's also tackled, brought to ground. Umpire is going to have a repeat of what we've just had. And we are looking at 18 minutes into this second quarter. It is Belpost Hill taking the lead at 6-2. They lead Thomson 4-6.
Watch Kamaric here off the stoppage. Very dangerous. So ball in now, Jarvis. There he is. Kamarich couldn't quite get the ball, and then Plant got it on the boot, and there he is on cue. Out wide, it's going to be up to Max Teller here. He's got to take a good mark, and it's a punch over the boundary line. Good defensive effort on that occasion by Vashunin. Another stoppage here. Ball's been stuck on this side of the ground for a while now. Balpo still definitely winning this second quarter.
It's far from where you are, young lady. Good girl.
So, Jarvis.
You don't want to go back too fast.
Now.
You get bowled over
Yeah.
if they go sideways.
They might go over the top now. So, in, over. Was very well done. The body position that Ruckman on that occasion. It was Yates, and now comes through. There's been an eye contact. It's going to go the way of Belpost Hill, and then 50. It's got to be. Is given advantage. So it was a Thomson free kick actually, and then Antisev's run forward, found Freeman all on his own. All the Belpost Hill players have appealed for 50, but they didn't realise they didn't actually have the free kick. No, now it's going to come all the way back because it's going to be reversed. Any idea what's going on, Grubby?
No. I was watching Maguire.
So, comes to the
free
middle of the ground. It's gone all the way back.
Free wicket was going to go to Yates, but he's off the ground. Oh, no, he's down there.
So it was kicked over the top, then again from Shoonen. He tried to find Brian's out wide. He did, and then up towards the wing. It was a good mark taken over the top now by Jones. He's going to send him inside forward 50, and good work coming back the other way from Sam Jacker. So he's going to go quickly now. Kamarich in the middle of the ground. He's just defensive side of 50. He's going to go in the path of Geordie Cam now. He's going to run inside 50. He's got a good pair of wheels on him. He beats his opponent. Now he runs to 40. Can he kick the goal? He might have been pushed after he kicked it. He was.
No, he wasn't. He was pushed as he kicked it.
As he kicked it, so it's going to be, ball's going to come back. Is that
yes,
correct, Grub?
Yes,
Yeah.
If he's pushed after he kicks it, Freeman gets a shot at goal down here. But he reckons he pushed him as he kicked it, so the ball will come back.
So he's going to get every metre he can there, Geordie Cam. So he's going to bring
Is it in the
himself
back?
within.
Right? Was it in the back?
I didn't see it. So 40, it'd be 45 out of 40 metres out here. It's a big kick in the context of this game. With 20 and a half minutes gone in this second quarter, this will bring Thomson to within 2 points at Balpost Hill, and they've been outclassed in this second quarter. Geordie Cam. It's usually a pretty reliable kick. That one looks like...
I reckon that's a... Oh, he's missed it.
Oh, it's just pulled wide. It sounded like the crowd was getting up and about. But anyway, minus score, 4-7-31 to 6-2-38. Balpost leading 21 minutes gone in this second quarter, brought to you by Elders Insurance.
So Goodwin. Oh, Godwin. Not Goodwin. Godwin.
Yeah, you're calling him
no. Godwin has got the ball. Full back now. So he now decides to play on. Kicks out long. It's a nice looking kick too. Going to get every bit towards centre wing. Out the back, ball not taken out there. Strong tackle late on Gardner. And he had no prior opportunity there, umpire, to come in. Merrick and Jarvis again doing the ruck work. This time Merrick taps the ball down. Harmer run onto it. Little boot going into their half forward line was nice. Picked up out there. Unfortunately went to the hands of Jones. The handball came back. His kick straight over the boundary line, and a throw-in will take place. Right on forward 50. Belpost still back into attack. Jarvis and Merrick both have made their way down the ground. Yates with Plant. Ball thrown in, back to the front of the contest. Bit of bash and crash out there. Yates picks the ball up. He won't mind that. Goes into their forward line. Costello couldn't take the ball. He had a pretty good attempt at it. Not too sure he's over the top of it now, but it wasn't going to come out. So the umpire's done the right thing there and is going to ball it up once again. About 25 out from goal. Timmy Barton takes over as the ruckman now from the forward line. Jarvis, yeah, I'll tell you what, around the neck there you would think, but the ball again, umpire says, let's have it back once again. So same position to the last one. Coming up the ball that time was Diffie, handing the ball back to the umpire. Ruckman go at it. Barton taps the ball back to where it's dangerous, but it's picked up by Jacker. His kick didn't travel too far, but it's got it towards centre half back at the present time. And again, tackle laid very quickly. Umpire to come in and ask for it back again.
Ideally, you'd throw Timmy in the ruck, Barton, but I just not a bit
With the
worried
body.
about his fitness.
Yeah, and the body. Yeah. So the ball again, ruck contest. Ball comes out the back. Whitney, Hill runs onto it. Got the handball out the back to Yates. Switches it around the body again. Sammy Jacker filling the hole nicely. Has taken the mark once again and can relieve some pressure for the Thomson side.
Amazing he's playing. 3 weeks ago, he was walking like you.
There's no proposition there to say he's going to get back playing at all, but he's back and running. It's a marvel what medicine can do, Drug.
Well, only remember a couple of years ago, he broke his leg and he played 2 weeks later.
Yep. Transplants as good as they can get these days.
It's tough as buggery he is.
So the kick outside wasn't great. It's gone over the boundary line to be thrown back in. Merrick and Jarvis. Jarvis just down the front. Kamaric tried to run onto it, but he couldn't get the ball. The ball's now gone back towards the boundary line. Again, a bit too far to see what's happening out the far side. I know that Plant picked the ball up, gone to Kamaric. He's taken over the boundary line. We'll have a throw in again. So as we tick over 24 minutes, it's Bellpost still 6-2, leading Thomson 4-7. Elders Insurance, second quarter.
Done all right, Thomson. They've halted the slide a little bit.
Yep.
How many goals have been this quarter, Smithy? Do you know?
Bellpost still with 3. Thomson hasn't clicked one yet.
Not one, so it won't be an extra long quarter. You'd expect right around that 30-minute mark. So as the ball's back in play now, Mallet just sends it forward one-on-one. Geordie Can doesn't lose those too often. It was evened out. Good effort on that occasion by Bannister. Now they're going to go inside the forward 50. Here's Daniel Freeman. It gets past him. Now his opponent shouldn't have any problem cleaning it up. He doesn't. Flacavento goes back in and then sells his teammate Quinn into a bit of trouble. But then it's going to get it back. So they did it really well. So nice and composed back line they have been. Haven't conceded a goal this quarter.
They need someone to come up.
And now they do. It was a great kick into the space. So the mark is taken now by Casey. Merrick is in the middle of the ground if he wants to go that direction. He's going to go to the safer option and go out towards the wing. Coming over the top, the big fist is Mowat. He looks all right, though. And then trying to win the ball on in and under is Sam Harmer. It's going to eventually pop out to Whitney, and he's going to see the ball over the boundary line. So we're going to have a ball in true centre wing. Just in front of the club rooms there. So it's going to be a ball up. So down goes Jarvis. Gets the ball. Trying to go to get his teammate. Vashunan's involved as well. And then the kick was by Harmer. Gardner couldn't take the mark, and then overrunning it for Bellpost Hill was Flacavento, the Jordan variety. Diffie trying to run after him. He gets the tackle, and then also there Gardner mops up. So we're going to have a stoppage near the middle of the ground. A very entertaining second quarter. Had a bit of everything. So the ball's back up again. Coming through beautifully roved by Maguire, but his opponent in Whitney was up to the task of tackling instantaneously. We'll have another stoppage in the same position. Ball up again now. Jarvis. Merrick's done a pretty good job on it. He's gonna win the tap, but it's gonna come out to Basley. Basley with a cute little kick around the corner, trying to find his teammate in Yates. He couldn't quite, and it's going to beat all comers. The ball's going to go out of bounds the far side of the ground from us in the commentary position. Godfrey Street end. Ball back in now. On true centre wing. Trying to get down to Plant. He couldn't quite cover the ball coming through. Now he might get a free ball out. Yates was involved there. Now it's into some space. Dalla comes off his opponent. That was very well done. Put the ball in disrepute. And then there's going to be a stoppage 60 metres out from the Bellpost Hill goal. So we've gone 27 minutes in this second quarter. 4-7-31 Thomson. Trail. Bellpost Hill 6-2-38.
Jarvis, big knock, goes back towards the middle of the ground. Jones runs onto it. Did the blind turn and hit his own teammate. Ball ends up in the hands of Kamaric. His kick was taken out of his hands. Now picked up with Jones again. Put himself under pressure. Got the ball outside by hand. It's been a throw, says the umpire.
Yeah, and you know what? I think he's right. The first umpire didn't see it. He must have thought he'd handball it, but Keating was in a pretty good spot there. I'm not quite sure he did handball. I think that was pretty right.
So now it's going to be Back in the middle of the ground, Cam is going to load up and go long back into their forward line.
Need a mark
Davis is
here.
there. Bannister can't get to the front of the contest. Knocked the ball forward. Picking the ball up was Maguire. Handballs outside. Kick around the body by Freeman. Back towards the goal square. Ball runs now towards the boundary line, and it will be seen over, and a ball in will take place.
Smithy, you have a look at this kid in front of us here, Crawford, and his arms and his size.
Yep.
It's a big ask to go up against a man mountain like Jarvis in the ruck, isn't it?
Mammoth, mate. As I said, he's probably doing the right thing and not trying to body him. He's staying off him, but big task. Ball from that ruck contest goes towards Freeman. Can't. Thought he had position. Anderson picks the ball up. His kick goes over the boundary line, out of bounds on the full once again. Free kick going towards Bell Post Hill. Looks like Vashurin is in the back pocket. He will take the relieving free kick. He loads up and goes long outside 50. Ball in front. Godwin up. Couldn't take the mark. Goes into the player's hand in Crawford, as we were speaking about. And he has been brought to ground. Umpire will ask for it back. So Mirich is there. Again, tapped down. Ball is now headed back in towards Davis at ground level. Ball to be won. Again, staying on their feet. Ball picked up by Jacker. Needs to get on the right boot. Round the body he goes. Back towards the goal square. 1-on-1 contest. Quinn leads in the race for the ball. Freeman hot on his heels. Ball goes over the boundary line and a throw-in will take place.
He's missed a lot of footy, Freeman, so a real good, tough, hard contest like this where he's got to work, it's just got to be good for him as long as he doesn't get injured.
Yep, so the ball thrown back in once again. Bannister's there. It takes the ball out of the ruck contest. Couldn't get a clean kick on the ball. Ball runs now back towards the forward pocket. It goes over the boundary line and a throw-in again to take place.
I don't want to be a saddest here, but was that nearly holding the
Well,
ball?
it's got to be, because he's just left the ball and then...
Yeah, I don't think they pay that anymore, do they? They give Ruckman a bit of a leeway these days.
Yeah.
He tried to get rid of it, that's what the umpire
Yeah, but he didn't. He didn't, and sometimes they'll pay that. I think he might have been a bit lucky. I wouldn't have paid it, but...
So the ball now again, back in, taken out. Joe's round the body, back towards goal. That's
the one they needed.
And he has got his second goal of the afternoon, Dylan Joes. And that means Thomson moved now to 5 goals, 7. Bell Post Hill on 6 goals, 2. And as insurance, we have gone just over 30 minutes.
I tell you what, like 30 minutes gone, and there's a point in it. Bell Post still looked like could have gone in 4 goals up, and we've said Thomson have got to hold on. They've done that, and they've able to been kick a late goal to make it 37-38 with not long to go. They've nearly won the quarter in the finish, Thomson, from what they've done. They've kept themselves in it, which is a mighty effort because Bell Post still were on, and they looked to me like they're going to kick 3, 4, 5 goals. But Thomson have been able to stop that. So that's good, hard, tough footy.
Credit to Geordie Cam there as well. Beautifully roved and handballed off to Joe. Says, we're back in the middle now. Cam against Marriage coming through. Plant does really well out of the middle and then gives it off to Kamaric. Kamaric to the trying to go to Joes. He wasn't looking at the ball. Could have been a free kick. It was really well done by Vashun, and he's had a good game so far. Back to Whitney. Now Basley. He's going to be careful. He'll probably see the boundary line. It's nearly deliberate, but he's happy to see the ball over.
Well, it's absolutely 100% deliberate. But when you run it across, they don't pay it.
Exactly.
When you kick it 48 metres and it bounces at right angles, they do. But not so much here. That's more AFL level.
So,
Tell you what, he's umpiring fantastically, this bloke. He's giving us the thumbs up too. Good on you, Keats.
So, ball back in now. And Ruckman have adjusted to the short throw in. Trying to get the ball out for Bell Post Hill on that occasion was Cherkov, and he couldn't quite, so we're going to have a stoppage. And tell you what, Vashunin, for a small bloke, he's been in and under all day, hasn't he?
For sure.
Vashurin. Thanks, Robbie. Always come to you the pronunciation as Jarvis comes back over the top. Good handball now into the path of Jose, and Vashurin does really well to see the ball over the boundary line.
You know, to hold on and do what they've done, right at the minute, they would want the siren not to go because they've got back on top a little bit.
A little bit of run, haven't they?
Yeah.
Ball working forward nicely.
Another 5 minutes, they reckon they could kick 2 more, I reckon.
Balpo still have kicked very well as well. 12 scoring shots to 8. Thompson's favour. So down now. Plant trying to come through. I think he appealed free kick there and then definitely appealed for there. And Max Dell had come in a bit tough, but the umpire's not going to fall for that one. So we have another ball in. 45 metres out from Thompson's goal, and the umpire might have picked out something here. He's blown his whistle. It's against Kamaric. No,
nothing.
Just going to tell him to...
Well, I don't think much happened, actually.
So he's going to ball this one up now. coming through.
Jeez.
Joseph's there. Can he get the handball out to Dalla? He can't. Merrish does really well. And then over the top, beautiful kick into the path of Ashurin. And he's happy to... Oh, sorry, that was Crawford. And he's happy to see the ball over the boundary line. So just in front of us here in the commentary position. We've had 33 minutes gone. So only 4 goals kicked in this second quarter. It's been a long one.
Yeah, a fair bit of time on that round the grounds and stuff. Few boundary throw-ins, but I reckon it's got to be close.
So
I can't see it going much longer.
Jarvis and Merich. Jarvis over the top. Kamara coming through. Couldn't quite win the ball. Dalla in and under hard as always. And the umpire's going to say, give it to me. So another stoppage here. And 5-7-37. Thomson are trailing Balpost to by 0.6238. Second quarter brought to you by Alders Insurance.
Ball now thrown up right in front of where we sit here. Ball down. Goes towards Plant. He picks the ball up on the left boot. Puts it back into where it's dangerous. Going back. McNamara tried to fend off. Picked up by Freeman. Got in and out of trouble. Handballs back inside. Went looking for Maguire. Didn't pick the ball up. Flacavento was right on his tails. He shoots the ball out the back now. Joes comes at it. Tackled by Costello. And
What's he doing up there, Smithy?
He's just filling up some holes now at the moment. I reckon till half time. So again, ball still dangerous, and time ticks over 34 minutes. Ball from that contest comes out to Godwin. He picks the ball up. Gee, he could have been lucky there. He sits over the top of it. And umpire said, no, I'm having it back. No price, maybe.
It wasn't so much sitting on top of it. He was tackled and actually dropped the footy.
So again, umpire with the ball, throws it up once again. Cam, ball, taps it down. Chirkop keeps the ball, or couldn't have the ball, but the siren has sounded, which will end the first half here this afternoon. Peace Thomson in at 5-7-37, and a Belpost Hill on 6-2-38. Goal kicks to this stage, 2 to Jose, 1 each to Dalla, Plant and Andersev, and for Belpost Hill, 2 to Nick Costello, 1 each, Godwin, Bryans, Yates and Luke Mann. Take a short break, come back, scores from around the ground. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football. Zaniki's 49 lead, Winchelsea 31. Pario 29, North Geelong have got away there 58. East Geelong 72, Belmont Lions 22, 50-point margin there. Geelong West 33, lead Bannockburn 25, and Inverleigh 63, currently lead Werribee Central's 44. So some close games and still some games to be decided out there this afternoon, which is good. And we're just about ready to start the third quarter here. We'll get Grubby to give you a bit of a rundown as he goes through this quarter, but players about to start here. An important third quarter for both sides. Ball will be thrown in the air. Jarvis and Merrick go at it. Comes down. Godwin through the middle of the ground. Takes possession of it. Wants to handball outside. Now he will. Got the handball over the top. Into his teammate's hand there. And Casey, who goes into their forward line. Costello comes up at it. Couldn't take the mark. Pick up Kamarich. Got in and out of trouble. Handballs back inside. Jarvis. Quick boot goes back into the middle of the ground. Basely takes the mark with that nicely. And he will turn things around for Bellpost Hill. Options out the back. Dill Whitney was standing there, got the ball in his hand. Steiny, you're a marvel.
Mate,
ball goes to the half forward line.
For many a long game.
And it comes out, goes. Oh, now he's throwing it away on the floor. It's 10-second rule. Grub, pick it up. Ball goes there, and it's kicked forward. And it was by Diffie into the centre wing position, but Whitney's going to bring it back in just as quickly. Mann has made position, and he takes the mark. He plays on now and goes long into their forward line. Costello's got to be the target, and he doesn't let him down, takes the mark, and can go back from about 35 metres out directly in front. And he will make a positive start for Bellpost Hill. Maybe. Let's just wait and see. But he has two this afternoon. And he is kicking pretty nicely. So from directly in front of goal, a start that Bellpost Hill would be looking for. So Nick Costello comes in, kicks that goal. I think he likes it. Umpire does not move, and he has got his third, the seventh now for Bellpost Hill. They moved to 7 goals, 2. Thomson are on 5 goals, 7, and we have gone almost a minute and a half. P&R Foods, third quarter.
He's getting better as he gets older. He's kicking more goals as he gets older because he's hard to stop when he's on song. It was good play, but I've got an issue with Maxi Della, right? The Bellpost Hill bloke's got the ball and he's ready to be tackled by the bloke behind him. He goes to the player, which creates a link over the top to the Bellpost Hill player. Maxi Della's got to not bother about tackling the bloke with the footy. He's already covered. He's got to cover the next bloke so he doesn't know where to kick it. He hasn't got anywhere to kick, so he kicks in hope. So he's only a young fella, and I just reckon Lynch should send the runner out to him and say, mate, don't go in when you can go out because you've got to cover all angles. But, they're just the things young fellas learn as they go along. I learnt that when I was 46.
So back in the middle once again. Ball comes from that contest. Plant tries to run onto it. Does so now. Got the handball out to Kamarich. Over the top. Back towards Jacker. Jacker off the half-back line. Kicks out towards centre wing. Mark, will it be taken? No, it's not. Bit too much weight on it there for Wilson. Ball goes over the boundary line. Colour basically might have thought that had gone over the full, but the umpires indicated it was only out of bounds, so a throw in to take place on the far side of the ground.
We saw a bloke from Thomson limping with his boots off. Did we work out who that was?
Jamie Back is out for the rest of the game.
That's the bloke I saw go down. Yeah.
So the ball now thrown back in by the umpire far side. Jarvis just down to the front of the contest. It was a nice tap down, but unfortunately the contest was made straight away. Godwin tackling his opponent. And the ball has been held up there. So again, ball is thrown back in the air. Jarvis just takes the ball out of the ruck contest, goes back towards their half-forward line. Again, both players grabbed hold of it and had hold of each other. Umpire will ask for it back once again. So we put the ball about 10 or 15 metres further into Thompson's forward line. Jarvis out of the ruck this time. He kicks the ball into their forward line. Bannister, and he's going to go back and take the ball. He's tackled from Cam straight away. Couldn't get rid of it. Umpire said that has been held up. And again, umpire's going to call for it. So almost 4 minutes in. It is Thomson 5-7-37. Bellpost Hill 7-2-44.
So stoppage 40 metres out from Thompson's goal. The umpire's picked out a holding free kick. I think it's going to go the way of Bellpost Hill. And the players are even a little bit confused.
Was it in the ruck contest by the looks of it?
It's going to go to Bannister, I think. No, it's going to go to Godwin.
Godwin.
So Godwin has the ball. Defensive side of his 50 now. He's going to look further afield. Might kick the ball up to True centre wing, he does. A piercing kick over the head. It couldn't take the mark. Coming through was Baseley, and now they win the ball. Kamaric inside 50 for Thomson. It's over the back now. Now it's a foot race. Davis looks to be the one who's running back, and I think there's no deliberate Maxidella appealing for it, so it's going to be...
Appeal for it. I told you, one of these days...
They will pay it, so it was Caleb Baseley was more than happy to see the ball over, kicks it through the Thomson goals for a rush behind, so... That brings the score to 5-7-37 to 7-2-44. Now they're going to move the ball out wide. Hobbs against his direct opponent. It was a great mark taken by Jack Yates.
Bloody good kick too, out in front.
Exactly where you want as you're leading. So he's going to chip the ball over the top to Bashuan, who's played pretty well so far. Then he's going to move the ball. They've done very well moving the ball. It just wasn't a good kick. And then Josh Cam was tackled by Whitney as he kicked, coming back the other way of Bashuan. So maybe he'll do better this time with the kick. He's had a good game so far, this kid. One of the best in Balpost Hill for sure. He's going to move the ball up to the 50 line. Jarvis is in marking contest with Mann, and the ball's seen over the boundary line. And Grub, I was just speaking to Jacob Knight as I walked back in from the spread, and he said that he might only be 2 weeks away.
Yeah, Lynchy told me he was gone for the day, gone for the year.
Oh, very interesting.
So someone's telling Porkies.
One of them are.
You only got to work out which one it is.
So down, Jarvis versus Merritt comes to Yates. Yates had the ball over the top. Gardner involved there. Now Diffie runs the ball up and kicks. There was no real player in that vicinity. How's the umpire going to see that? He's going to say throw it in, which is probably the smart decision, the sensible one in that. We have seen umpires pay deliberate in that circumstance.
Well, the AFL umpires will pay it every time. We've called for the fact, a year ago, if it happens at this level, let it go, and that's exactly what they did. That's good umpiring
great umpiring
at this level.
Umpires are pretty good today. It is most weeks as the ball's back in now. Jarvis versus Merrick. He tries to get the ball down. Maguire through, and then Gardner stole Kamaric's ball. He handballed it back into trouble. Wasn't his best handball. Now Yates cleans up back all the way. They're going to go forward here. It's a mark taken. Here go Balpost Hill inside the forward 50. The kick just had to be good enough. Oh, no, it was dropped by Norman. Yeah, the easiest of chest marks. It wasn't the easiest kick. It wasn't the best kick for him, but he still should have taken the mark. And we're going to have a stoppage 55 metres out from Balpost Hill goal. We've gone 7 minutes in this third quarter, brought to you by P&R Foods.
He called it properly. Gardner stole it off Kamaric. Would have been up the other end if he didn't.
So the ball now back in the hands of Flacaveno again. Got the little handball into Yates. Yates goes long back towards the goal square again. In front, mark not taken out the front. Picked up and cleared away by Della. His kick needed to get a right result, and it did because it's found into the hands of Mowat. And he now can settle things down for Thomson at centre half back. Cosy a little bit slow to move, you reckon,
He
mate?
stayed in that 5 metres for a while, Cosy.
So Mowat now plays on and goes out wide towards centre wing. Again, contest. Bannister brings ball to ground. I can't see who ran onto the ball, but it's been picked up and cleared out the back. And Gardner kicks the ball back towards centre half forward. Ball gets out the back, read by Baseley over the top into the hands now of Casey. Casey goes back to Godwin. Godwin to Baseley over the top again. And the ball is going to be cleared away this time by young Crawford. He goes in, low kick in towards Norman. Was he mishandled? No, umpire let it go.
I don't think so.
But kicked out. Godwin jumps on the ball, got the handball out the back. Mann picked the ball up, got the handball further afield, goes back towards Crawford again.
Ooh.
And it's going to be picked up, and there's been a head clash. Not too sure who's down here either. So free kick has been given. It's Cam. It's a little bit slow to get to his feet. And he's now going to be handed the ball back by the umpire. So,
and just as you say that, I just saw Sammy Jacker go off with some sort of injury as well.
Snapped his arm, he was saying to the trainer.
Wow.
So now Cam plays on from that half-back line. That's the last thing they need now. Ball back towards centre wing. Out the back it goes. Basically read that nicely off the back of the contest. Again, he kicks the ball back in the middle of the ground. Flacavento comes out at bad bounce into the hands of Diffie over the top. That's a nice little chip, and it's been marked by Cam. He continues to run now. Runs soon towards centre, half forward. Kicks long towards goal. He is offline and through for a minor score. Jordan Cam form behind this afternoon. And Thomson now 5 goals, 9. Belpost Hill 7-2, and almost 4 minutes gone. No, it's not, because I've stopped the clock somewhere along the track. It's back on now, but that's no good.
I don't even know where
Ball's
he is.
gone in the pocket here, and never good to see a player injured like that as well. So Sam Jackal will miss the rest of the day as Gardner gets the ball back down the line for Thomson Freeman. That was silky inside. Can he find Davis? Not his best kick. Now they've got to mop up. Balpo still defending well. Comes out to Gardner again. He's had a good 5 minutes. He wants to go plant. Look at that. In hard. Wins the ball and creates the stoppage. So we'll have a stoppage 55 metres out from Thompson's goal.
I think the main thing is not Sammy Jacker missing for the rest of the day. Is how long he's going to miss after that. But that's what they've got to worry about.
He's the captain as well, which we have a lot to say out there. Great on-field leader as the ball comes out wide. McFadgen involved as well. That's his first touch of the day. And now for Marriage, he just dances around. How do you like it? Inside forward 50, trying to find.
Good mark.
But couldn't quite. And Bannister takes a good mark in defence. Now they're going to work the ball out wide. See that player? I think it might be Flacavento.
Still Whitney, I think.
There's Whitney. So Whitney has the ball in the...
Oh, no, it's not. Sammy.
Harmer moves the ball down, trying to find Merrick. Goes over his head. Kamaric was chasing after the ball, but it beats all comers, and we'll have a stoppage far side of the ground from us in the commentary position. True centre wing throw in.
Yeah, Sammy Quinn had that ball.
Still trying to figure it out.
Nah, Sammy Quinn.
So the under umpire has the ball now. We have 10.5 minutes gone in this third quarter. Thomson currently trailing by a goal. Jarvis got the ball, tried to get it down to Maguire. Couldn't quite gather it. Now Jose coming back the other way. He does gather it. Oh, it's a beautiful pickup. Stole the ball. Then a bit of an up and under check side kick into the path of Cam. He couldn't quite. Where are the ground ball crummers? Now Jose got it again. He crumbed his own ball. And there will be a stoppage 25 metres out from Thompson's goal. Fire's not going to waste any time. Thompson probably have the ascendancy for the moment. Cam down, trying to find Kamaric. He'll kick a great goal here. Of course he will.
Touched.
Oh, no. It was touched off the boot. So great call from the umpire. It was well rowed from Kamaric, but it was
Well,
great.
that's wrecked your excitement, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has.
That's wrecked your
5-9,
excitement.
39 to 7-2, 44. Valpo still leading Thomson. 12 minutes gone in this third quarter. Brought to you by P&L.
I should even up the broadcast by. It's a great touch.
So the ball going, kicked back in, and it's going to go, and the mark not taken out there by Diffie through his hands.
Has to keep
Cam
on
kept the ball alive. He's got some protection there. Now he picks the ball up and kicks back into centre half forward. Player comes up with the ball. Mark not taken for sure, and out the back. Got support. Bryans is also there. He goes further back into the hands of... I'm not sure, was it Kevin Basley, and that's a kick round the boundary line. He's found Norman. So Norman looks back towards the middle of the ground. Yates just pushes up from behind. Now he's got the ball. The next kick is the important one. Godwin's going to be the target. No, he's not. Slipping in front. Mark not taken out there by Hogan at ground level. Hamer run onto the ball. Couldn't keep it in front of himself. Now it's picked up. Godwin got some strength. Got in now the contest there. Handball's back inside to Yates. He looks up. Kicks long. Back towards the goal square. Got some carry on it. Man in front. Good work. Ball brought to ground. Still dangerous. Man picks the ball up. He goes at goal. And he kicks his second goal of the afternoon. Luke Mann has 2. And now the 8th goal for Bellpost Hill. 8-2 to Bellpost Hill. So I've got 5 goals, 10 to the Thomson side. And we have gone 12.5 minutes. P&R Foods third quarter.
She's hung on for a long time, Thomson. They were a man short for a while down there. And in the end, it was a lot of luck when Bellpost Hill's way. It bounced, but not just luck, but every time the ball bounced, Bellpost Hill were in front, and it was inevitable they were going to have a shot at goal. And then it sort of got a little bit lucky as the ball trickled into Mann's hands, and there was nobody near him who was able to kick a nice goal.
They're 2 down on the bench now, Grub. How much of an impact does that have?
Oh, a huge one.
Last week, they had nothing by half time.
Nothing, yeah.
Well, at least they went for, 13 minutes. Well, they were down to 1 at half time.
So back in the middle now, Jarvis trying to get the ball out to Kamaric. He's going to have a big second half of there to win this game. Handball out. Godwin was involved in the kick forward from Yates, trying to find his teammate. It might have been Bannister. The ball gets forward now. Hobbs trying to chase, although the Bellpost still player got away beautifully. And then an up and under Skyball. Who's going to get under this? Jumping over the top, Diffie. Oh, what a great contested mark from Jay Diffie. Stood his ground in front.
I reckon Lynchy worried if a black cat walking in front of him or something. The luck they're having at the moment is just terrible.
And Josh Norman tried to jump over the top there, but Diffie did really well. A few blokes hobbling as well for Thomson around the ground is coming over the top. The ball was stolen. That's how the umpires called play on. Right call on that decision on that occasion. Now Yates made the tackle and Mowat wants to see the ball over the boundary line. Plant involved there as well. Comes to McFadgen. He's given a free kick. Advantage paid. Kamaric now gets the ball out wide to Andersev. He loves to run. The kick is misplaced over the top. Good work coming back from Baseley. Now they're going to try and switch the ball. Got to be careful. They're running towards their goal. They might just see it over the goal line, and they do. They rush a behind. So 5-9-39 to 8-3-51. Now they're going to go quickly. Over the top, some misplaced kick. Although it's going to work out because Plant did not gather the ball. So it was Godwin up to Norman. He takes that mark. Now he's got a player running back to goal. This will be a huge moment in the match. What a kick. Pinpoint perfect. Then drops it. Good defense from Mowat. Still on the goal line, and they might see that over the boundary line. Maybe umpire says, "Give it to me."
How did he drop that? That was unbelievable.
That kick was pinpoint perfect, and he spent it before he had it.
Joshy Norman, that's a terrific kick, and he spilled it.
So back up 5 metres out from Bellpost Hill's goal, and they're going to see the ball over the boundary line now. So 15.5 minutes gone. 5-10-40 Thomson to 8-2-50. Bellpost still leading by 10 points in this one. Third quarter brought to you by P&R Foods.
That would have happened in the backyard at Norman's place. He would eat a catch and his old man would have dropped it every single time. His mum would have caught it, though.
So the ball thrown in, the ruck contest, ball, Joe taps it further down the field. Again, heads back towards the boundary line. I think it's going to go over, and it will be a throw-in which will take place. I reckon Zane Jones has changed his jumper to 49 now, I think. So the ball got to be thrown back in.
Yeah, he has too.
So Barton doing the ruck work. Ball is...
He saw that, the ump.
Was it a Hobbs?
Yeah. That's all right. Just take the kick, son, and watch him. Just watch the game, play the game. Yeah. Just kick the ball. You've got the kick, son. Don't worry about the mucking around.
Not sure why Dill Whitney's got.
Now, hang on. Dill Whitney's going to take it. Why?
It shouldn't be Dill Whitney.
Hey. How come Dill Whitney gets the kick?
Well, he just grabbed it, Grub.
But there's nothing wrong with the other bloke. Come on.
See, the touch on the line.
That's the footy gods there. It should be touched.
Yeah, but how come Dill Whitney gets to take the kick? The other bloke's still on the ground.
That's what Paul Lynch was yelling out over the boundary line.
Well,
so it doesn't matter now. It's a point that's been done and dusted. Ball now in the hands of Diffie. He goes out long, out towards Cam. Out the back it goes. Basically read that nicely and takes the mark. So it's going to come back as quickly as it went out, I would think. So basically now plays on and kicks the ball back into their forward line. Goes looking towards Barton. He's up there and takes the mark. And we won't worry about the distance here. But again, this will be just a kicking accuracy. Although he hasn't struck the ball well today, Timmy.
No, I think he's just... He actually hasn't played the game we normally see Timmy Barton play. I think he's just the last week, this week, maybe even next week, run around, get a bit of match fitness and be ready for finals. Because as we said, he could hardly walk a couple of weeks ago.
No, he didn't look like he was going to play footy again, did he?
No, so just take it easy.
So Timmy Barton now loads up. He goes long back towards goal. Right. What? That's time he's got the better boot on, and he has put it straight through the middle, Timmy Barton. His first of the afternoon. The ninth now for Bellpost Hill. They move to 9-3. And I have, as I said before, I've got Thomson on 5 goals, 11. Almost 18 minutes gone at P&R Foods third quarter.
Well, this is the danger period. I told you there was a danger period in the second quarter. And Thomson, they came back fighting. So this is the danger period now. 17 points. You know, this game gets out to 30 points and she's probably over. So Thomson have got to do what they did in the second quarter, fight, scrap, do whatever they can. Probably this time, though, at 17 down, they probably have to kick a goal or two rather than just hold the Bellpost Hill Panthers.
It's going to be Kamaric here out of the middle. It's got to be. He's the one who's led from there all day. Him and Maguire, the 2 senior heads in there, along with Jarvis. So back in the middle now. Kamaric on cue, tries to get out. It might have been blocked running. No, he's given away the free kick. Now, slide forward. Spiteri back with the flight. Good mark coming across, and he doesn't look 100% right either. I saw him problem before.
Oh, he's done an ankle.
Nah, He doesn't look right.
He looks like
So-
he's done an ankle.
Oh, no, and he's turned the
No,
ball
no.
over. The umpire said play on, not
Well, he
far
shouldn't-
enough. Now, from the boundary line, Casey, what can he do from there? He couldn't, but he...
Well done.
Great.
Well done.
The line for a rush. So rushes the ball over 5:10:40 to 9:05 now, 59. 20 minutes gone. This third quarter brought to you by P&R Foods, and great work from Jackson
Hey,
Hobbs.
that was inexperience. Like, Belpost still snoods the umpire letting Dylan Whitney take a kick. That kid was generally had a sore leg. Give it to someone else because he couldn't kick it properly and nearly cost him a goal. So give
Hopefully
it away to
just-
someone else.
Hopefully he's just cramped from Spiteri.
He was holding his knee.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. And they've already got 2 off the ground. So, Kamaric down the line, over the top now. It gets.
There was a definite
Yep,
push
so they're
there.
going to mow it. And you heard Lynch over the boundary line just say to Spiteri, got to be better than that. So, it's going to go. It's meant to go back to Mount. Yeah. So he gets the ball now. Goes short to Cam. Cam's a good ball user. He looks up. He's got Jarvis running at him. Antisev's down the line. He's also got Maguire, who's going to fly there. So
good mark.
Good mark by Dill Whitney. He now looks up. They've got players everywhere here. Dallas not going to get back to his direct opponent, Norman. Norman looks up now. The walking wounded here, the Thomson Tigers. Down that line. Need someone to kill the ball over the boundary. Comes over the top. There's been a push in the back, so it's going to go the way. Kamaric takes the advantage in the middle of the ground to Antisev. Antisev now, he's got Burke out wide. They want to use him. No, Kamaric is going to send the ball inside, forward 50 over the head of the player. It was Russell, well defended by Belpost Hill, and they're going to go.
Basically.
It was basically, and now it's over the top of Burke. Davis, he mops up well. Handball in the middle to Kamaric. He's had a pretty good quarter. Back to Davis. Now to Antisev. Antisev might have a bounce. He kicks the ball forward in the path of Freeman. He couldn't quite get the ball, and it's going to run over the boundary line.
That's a free kick, I
meters
think.
out.
Played a free
It's free
kick.
kick, so they're going to keep moving here.
No.
Freeman looks up. He's got Joe Short if he wants him.
Right.
Not going to use that option. He's going to go into the path of Cam. He's going to take the mark.
That was touched.
Said play on. Now he gets rid of his direct opponent. Kicks in the path. It's still 10 metres out from Thompson's goal. Well done from Belpost still to defend there. And they're going to go out wide and it's going to change over.
So ball now in the hands of Timmy Barton, far side of the ground. He looks back into the middle. Got a player running through the middle. Goes in towards Whitney. Took it. Continued on down the ground. Long kick back into their forward line. Flacavento, but Mowat read that nicely. Went back with the flight and took possession of it. So a good relieving mark there from Dan Mowat. Little short kick goes to Zach Plant. Not quite at centre half back. But a little bit deeper now. Wants to go in now and head towards centre wing. That's where he heads. Goes out looking for Cam. Set him a bit of a task. Bannister's right with him. Coming through. Hobbs did nicely, but couldn't take possession of the ball. Free kick's been given.
Well, that to me was a fair, might be a different
Yeah, I
free
think
kick.
it's to Cam, not Hobbs.
Yeah, because that was a good bump. So it must have been something else in there.
So Geordie Cam's working pretty hard out there. Kamaric wants the handball from him, but he's decided to go by himself and kicks that ball out wide. That's a nice kick. Good lead up. Mark has been taken, so an opportunity here for the Thomson side to have a shot at goal.
Josh Cam.
He's been pushed forward.
And they really, really need this one. They really need it.
So Cam now will kick from about 50. As Grubby just said, a kick or a goal is definitely required here at this stage. So he steps in now, kicks that goal. Tell you what, that was a wonker off the boot, and it's landed in the goal square nearly. Ball has been handballed back and pushed through. It was a willy wonker.
What was it?
A wonker.
A wonker.
It wasn't a willy wonker.
You're a wonker.
You're a wonker. Oh, we're going to say something else, but I didn't. I said a wonker. Ball is now back in the hands of Caleb Basley at full back, and he now kicks out from full back and goes long out towards the club room side of the ground. Coming across, Mark will be taken there by Timmy Barton. Umpire has paid that.
Oh,
There's
no.
another player down holding himself now.
Tiffy, is it?
I'm not too sure who it is. Umpires,
Be lucky if they've got anyone left at this rate.
he's now called for the play to stop. That's probably the right decision because he's right in the field or in the line of fire there. So
Oh, definitely, definitely.
Dislocated shoulder, it looks like.
Oh, no.
Either that or the wind's just been taken out of the sails, one of the two.
Well, you would hope that's it, but I don't think so.
Yeah, no, he is holding his shoulder, actually. So he's just now, umpire's waiting for him just to clear that area.
And also Spiteri's injured as well.
If they take him across the ground, the boundary line, he can't come back on, so that's what they're doing. He's definitely going to take
So
no further
that's him
part
for
in the
the
game.
day.
Yep.
Which is down, they're benched down to 1.
Yep. Really stretches things now. Timmy Barton has now got possession of the ball, or will have possession of it shortly. He is off the ground, ump. I think he can restart
Well,
now.
the thing was, when he kicks it, he's going to kick it 45 metres, so straight away it's out of the play. But I understand that. That's fair enough.
But he's off the ground, as I said, Grub. That's the thing. So Barton now transfers play. He goes across the ground. I think he set that up earlier. Bryans is out there by himself. Kick wasn't great. Making Bryans work for it. He's having trouble picking the ball up. Got some pressure now, which arrives from the Thomson defence. He picks the ball up. They get the ball out the back. Joes can run onto it. Coming the other way, Bannister did that nice. A little short handball was good. Ball now cleared away from the defensive end. Going back. But it's going to end up in the hands there of Crawford, who got the handball outside. So Bryans again kicks the ball back into their half-forward line. Man went back with it, couldn't take the mark. At ground level, picked up by Hobbs. He was tackled.
Yep.
And there's a free kick prior to that.
The one just before it.
Free kick is going to be given, and it looks like it's going to go back to Burke. So Burke now got the handball out the back towards Kamarich. Handball wasn't that great, but he went back and collected it. Goes back towards centre wing now, and slipping in was Bryans. He was... I reckon would have tackled or interfered with at the mark.
In midair.
Yes, and it's gone over the boundary line. Umpire hasn't seen that, so it's going to be another throw-in. So we've gone 25 and a half minutes. It is a Bellpost Hill 9-4, Thomson 5-12, I believe.
We're back in now. Ball, Jarvis tries to get the ball down and then towards the boundary line. A couple of players in dispute. One of them is Yates. He can't quite get the ball. Joe jumps on top of him, and now the ball's out. Can they take the mark? They can, so they're going to go inside forward 50 here. It's man for Bellpost Hill. Norman wants it short.
He led too early.
It's Costello back there. He's going to go even shorter than that. He's going to try and find Tim Barton. He does. Barton now has the ball. Going to go short to the pocket. No one on this man. And they're going to have a shot from 35 against the boundary.
I thought at first he led too early. But I think he led early to draw his player out and leave Costello one-on-one. That's what I reckon he's done. But the player with the ball couldn't kick it that far, so he went short.
So Flacavento here, hugged up against the boundary. Everything seems to be going wrong for Thomson at the minute. To extend the margin to 23 points. The tough kick, it's coming back. I don't think it's going to come back enough. Spiteri trying to see it over the boundary line. Now man involved as well. And it ends up over the boundary. How's the umpire going to see it?
He's going to pay a free kick.
He's going to give it deliberate, is it? Or is it on the full? On the full. So it's going to go to Josh Norman.
Gee.
And he's hugged up right against the pocket now.
They might have missed a cosy push there too.
So
good play, Brandon Gardner. He's cut off the lead at back.
He's going to go the right foot. Boonan! How about that from Josh Norman? He kicks the goal, and Valpo still extend their lead now to 23 points. We've gone 26 minutes in this third quarter, brought to you by P&R Foods.
Well, I tell you what, when you can kick goals like that, I don't think Belpost still want him to go up to Sydney and miss next year, but that might be on the cards. A beautiful kick by Josh Norman, but just all-round good play by Belpost still to get the ball into the full line really, really well. I think they've run out of soldiers. You know, I mean, when we had two sides fit, it was close. It was a point in half time. I just think the Tommy Tigers have run out of soldiers, and I don't know what they can do from here.
So the ball back in with the umpires, middle of the ground. Again, Ruckman go at it. This time ball comes out. Cherkov tried to kick the ball alive.
Another free.
Umpire said he's been held on to. East Geelong are
Plant's been
still...
hit as well. Plant's down on the ground.
So the ball now kicked out wide, goes towards Yates. So Yates was going to give the handball as Whitney ran past him. Didn't see what happened to Zach Plant then. The ball, another short chip, goes back to Flacavento, and he's inside 50 once again. So another opportunity for him here. Timmy Barton wants to run around the back and get the handball off. Flacavento says, no, I can do this from here.
Geez, I tell you what, the Thomson trainers are the busiest trainers in the whole competition at the moment. They're on the ground all the time. I think Planty will be all right. He looks like he's just winded or...
East Geelong are 62 points up on Belmont Lions. So the ball now, Flaccavento steps to 50, kicks that goal, won't have the accuracy this time, and it's out of bounds on the full. And the other game we're looking at, Inverleigh 93, Werribee Central's 82.
Well, that's a closey too.
And a high-scoring game out there. So
we should have went out there.
Kamaric now plays on now and goes long from defence outside towards centre wing. Both Buckman go, or both big fellas go at it. Picked up by Brandon Gardner. Kicks longer down the line and went towards Maguire. Did land in the field of play.
I think
no, umpires indicated it's gone out of bounds. And free kick will go to Bell Post Hill. So now Flaccavento. This is Nick. He plays on and he kicks back down the line. Looking for his brother. Ball bounces and it's been, siren will sound, and at 3/4 time it will be Bell Post Hill going in at 10-4-64. I'm not 100% sure, but I've got Thomson at 5 goals 12, so we'll soon find out. Goal kicks at this stage of the game for Thomson as they were at half time. Della, Plant, both, and Andersev all with 1, and Dylan Jost with 2. And for the Bell Post Hill side, 3 to Costello, 2 to Mann, 1 each to Godwin, Bryans, Yates, Norman, and Barton. Take a short break. Come back with scores from around the ground. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football. Afternoon, well, sorry, I should say just welcome back. We've got some scores, hopefully coming from around the grounds. I'm just trying to get them up now for you. A short time ago, I could have sort of look, and at Anarchy 69 leading Winchelsea on 56. Thomson, as we know, struggling here for third, or their 42 to Bell Post Hill 64, and their injury situation has not got any better here this afternoon. Corio 38 and trailing North Geelong on 86. East Geelong 86 and Belmont Lions on 24, so they have regained some form out at the Giants Oval. Bannockburn have now hit the lead. They are 4-13, taking on the Giants at 4-11, so there must be a wind blowing there that we don't know about. And out at Inverleigh, we think the score is 15-3-93 and Werribee Central's 12-10-82. So some interesting scores still from around the grounds.
They had quite a few more shots, Werribee Central, by the sounds of it.
Yeah, I just looked there, Grub. It's 15-3 to 12-10.
22 shots to 8.
Good kicking, good football, they say, and that's probably what's kept Bell Post in the game early, but they are now starting to extend themselves.
Yeah. Bowie Mack's got a cork in the calf, so you won't see him today, but it's not a long-term injury as it looks from now.
So they're travelling a little bit better than what Thomson are then in the injury front.
Oh, poor old, I run into Johnny Mitchell and said the same as me. Would he run in front of a black cat or under a ladder or something?
Under a ladder, yeah.
You know, he almost said something else, but I don't know if that's you're allowed to say that anymore. But yeah, look, you wouldn't believe. Look, you're right. They got all their players back last year and won a flag. But this year, the exact opposite's happening. And you won't be seeing Sammy Jacker again with a broken arm.
It is broken, definitely.
How long's a broken arm usually?
Well, more than 4 weeks and plus finals anyhow. You know, depending on what the break is, but if it is broken, but yeah, you got to feel for them because they're trying everything they can to stay in this game. But I tell you what, this game, all right, fair. It means a fair bit if they can kick 4 goals, they're back in it. But it's not just this game. It's if they, as I said at the start of the game, if they lose a couple more, I might put the mods on them because now they've lost that couple more, and you know they lose any more, they're going to struggle to stay in the fight for the finals. They're going to have to fight like hell just to play finals, and then run out in finals with half a side.
Winchelsea, East Geelong, and Inverleigh. Bannockburn last
Bannockburn,
game.
yeah.
Yep.
But it really, there's sides that you would pencil in as a win, except East. But you can't pencil them in a win with 11 blokes out of your best 22.
No.
You can't pencil in a win against anybody with that situation. So, anyway, they're one of those sides, Thomson, underdogs, and fight and fight. So you never, ever, 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 say they're gone. But I tell you what, they're not far from it if they get any more injuries.
Yes, it's not a good situation to be in. As I said, you try and get your best up and running week in, week out. We know football takes its toll, but sometimes it's just a little bit cruel the way it does it to some sides.
Well, it is cruel. It is cruel. But unfortunately, that's footy.
And it's always to your better players, unfortunately.
Look at Carlton. We've had so many injuries. We're not going that well.
I won't make a comment on that, Grub. But umpire now about to start things here for the final quarter. And as I said, Bell Post Hill, they have a handy lead going into this last quarter. And we'll see what eventuates. But the siren has sounded, umpire with ball in hand, and the ruckman are going at it once again. Ball actually came down and hit the ground. Jarvis had a second go at it. Plant now takes it. He's tackled by Yates. Brought to ground, so a repeat will be happening right in the middle.
I don't reckon Planty's that great either. I don't think he's fit enough either now.
So the ball now is thrown up again. This time Merrick up over the top, goes back. Hammer tries to pick the ball up, paddle it in front of himself, but coming the other way, Thomson are able to win possession of the ball. They try and pick the ball up. Maguire did so. Ball comes out the back now, and Cam has kicked the ball in towards their centre forward position, but sitting back in the hole is Whitney. Goes sideways out to Baseley, and Baseley now, Flaccavento on the wing if he wants to use him. Godwin's also here, but he hasn't even looked this way yet. Now he's going to have a look, and he will come to Nick Flaccavento, who had made position very early. So Flaccavento now with the ball, just defensive side of centre wing. He'll go that bit longer option, although he changes it now and goes short. Man has come up along the boundary line and takes the mark. He plays on and wants to go quickly into the forward line. Flaccavento leads up at the ball. Didn't take the mark. Go back after it. Davis picks the ball up. Oh, I don't know whether he got rid of that correctly. Umpire saw it the same way. Free kick is going to go to Flaccavento, and this is Jordan. And he can go back and look at a goal early in the last quarter.
The kick's this. I reckon it's the game to darts. This is the deficit and the numbers that Thomson have off.
Zane Jones, what's the other kid Jones' name? He's got
Felix.
Felix. He's got concussion protocol.
Yeah, so he'll be back next week.
Yep.
I think.
Yes. No, he was finishing today, I think.
Did
Today
he, so he didn't play last week either? No.
14 days, is it?
I think it's 21.
No, it's 21. That's why I say he might be out next week too.
No, I think they said inside that it was this next week. Flacavento's kick is not good off the boot. Didn't start well and didn't finish well, but it's through for a minor point. And it's now 10-5 to Bellpost Hill, 5-12 to Thomson, and 2 minutes have gone. Morris Finance final quarter.
That didn't sound right either.
Yeah, what?
A minor point. It didn't sort of sound that right to me.
So I think it's Kamarich who's going to do the kicking in duties for Thompson. He'd have to have a massive last quarter if Thompson were to get up here, but Bellpost still doing all the right things at the moment. Down that line, into the path, massive back of players. Mowat couldn't take the mark. Ball comes down, offhand, inside forward 50 from Flacavento. Can they take this mark? No, they can't. Yates around the corner. Is that online? Yates with a quick snap out of the pack. And now surely they're going to be rolling home the victors here. Bellpost Hill kicked another goal, the first one of this last quarter. And we've had 3 minutes gone, brought to you by Morris Finance.
Look, I still had them in calculations at three-quarter time, but I think it was on the onus that they kicked the first goal. The first goal going the other way. Gee, I tell you what, I'm not sure they can come back from here, although they've had 17 shots to 16.
Yep.
So they still had one more shot. You know, straight kicking early, and they'd be still right in this game. I know they've had injuries, but straight kicking early would have kept them right in this game.
A lot of rush behinds as well.
We'll kick them a bit further.
So, ball is back in the middle of the umpire now. He tosses it up now. Jarvis to Plant. He's been good all day. Gets out to Kamarich. Kamarich walks through the pack. Sends him inside 50. Geordie Cam maybe. No. Coming back. Couldn't take the mark. Was the Bellpost Hill player. And then the tackle late. It could be holding the ball. Geordie Cam trying to beat
He's gone.
He's holding the ball now. So it's going to go the way of Basely. So Basely looks up. He's got options aplenty. If he wants to go wide to Whitney, he will. And why wouldn't ya? Now he's got Quinn short if he wants him, or he might go even further to Godwin. He's going to go on the path of Godwin. He might jump up. Oh, just dropped it past now. Maxi Dalla touched off the boot, so they'll be play on. And then Freeman smartly sees the ball over the boundary line. So we'll have a stoppage just in front of us in the broadcast position here. 5-12-42, Thomson to 11-5-71. Bellpost Hill are leading. 4 minutes 20 gone in this last quarter, brought to you by Morris Finance.
Yeah, he didn't play Jones in round 14, so he should be back next week. You're right.
So the ball now thrown back in, out the back, ball taken or tried to be taken out there by Jarvis. Got it out to Maguire. He was tackled straight away and the ball handed back to the umpire. This time a ball up instead of a throw in. So Merrick and Jarvis have both pushed down to do this ruck contest. Jarvis just sees the ball out the back to Plant, try to get it on his boot. Ball comes out of the contest. Maguire up over his head, goes back towards the goal square. Bannister's there. Basely also. Ball runs back towards the boundary line. Freeman will be the first to arrive. Unfortunately, he has taken the ball. I think he slipped as he got to it, and it will be thrown back in. So they just need to make the ball or keep the ball alive as best they can, give themselves the best possible chance. Thomson, ball from the ruck contest. Jarvis again down, picked up Kamarich round the body. Will this be good enough? It's got the height, but not the distance, and it'll be coming out to Basely, who takes the mark back in the hole. Transfers play to the back pocket, and Casey now with the ball. He has no one standing the mark, so he decides to take some ground and kick longer back towards centre wing. Bit of a job out there because Harmer was 2-on-1, although he looks like he's going to win possession of it. Picks the ball up. Now he's tackled. Umpire will come in, and there will be a ball up. We've gone almost 6 minutes. Final quarter. Thomson are 5-12. They trail Bellpost Hill on 11-5. Morris Finance final quarter scoreboard.
Looks like they've just got one on the bench still. Thomson, although I'll confirm that in a second. Ball comes out to Yates. Handball back now. Thrown on the boot towards. They've got numbers here, although it's going to bounce the wrong way. And Josh Cam's going to get the ball, although Spiteri couldn't quite gather it. And the ball is going to be wrapped up by Wilson. So we'll have a stoppage just forward centre wing. We've had 6 minutes gone in this last quarter. Up again now. Jarvis down against Merritt. He's battled hard all day. Coming through was
Good work from Godwin. And then Godwin still trying to gather the ball, and the umpires says, give it to me, we'll have a throw up. So ball up. Again, here's Jarvis versus Merich coming through with Maguire trying to paddle the ball, and then Wilson gets it on the boot off to Antisev. Antisev couldn't quite. Now Bryans has had him coming back the other way, kick into the middle of the ground. Who's going to get that? Joes comes well. He's got Burke out wide if they see him. Kamaric still has Burke. He's going to go over him to Dalla. Dalla gets the ball. Looks a further afield now. He's got Freeman. He's going to go in that path. It's not a great kick. It's more central. Didn't really hit anyone. And then Russell might mop up now. Handball's back. Gardner nearly stole it. And then it comes through inside their forward 50. Here goes Bannister coming back the other way. That was good defense. Now over the top of the ball. It might be all wrapped up. Costello was in under that pack, and the umpire says, give it to me. So have a stoppage 50 metres out from Thompson's goal. We've had 7.5 minutes gone in this final quarter, brought to you by Morris Finance.
So the top of the 50-metre arc, ball is run up against again, this time again, tapped out, nicely to Plant, runs onto it, looks back towards the goal square, but again, the goalkeeper's back there again, and it is going to be Caleb Basely. Will leave some pressure. He goes out wide, goes towards Dill Whitney, out the ball, nice kick, good grab, and he can settle things down for Belpo still on the half-back line. He's looking at his option. He's going to go back inside again to Basely. That's what they'll do, Belpost Hill. They wait for someone not to choke man up, and then they will go. So he's now got to play a wide on the ground, but he decides to change his direction. Comes back, club room side, and that's also a nice kick. Mark has been taken out here, and Sammy Quinn's got the ball. He goes quickly into the forward line through the hands of his teammate in Barton. Out the back, ball's going to be picked up. Andersev got the handball back into Plant. Went back to Andersev, runs away now, chips the ball in.
Oh, there goes Barton Sammy. He's into a cool calf.
Done something, the big fella. Ball now, it's my boundary line, picked up by Cam, looks at goal. Can he stretch it? No. He can. It's across the face, but Kamaric has run onto it, and he's got an opportunity. Plays on quickly now, runs around, gives himself plenty of look at the goals, and he has got his first of the afternoon, the 6th for the Thomson side. They're 6-12. They trail Belpost Hill on 11 goals, 5. We've gone 9 minutes. Morris Finance final quarter.
Look, it might be cramped, but they've got to get a trainer out to Timmy Barton.
I think he's looking at the boundary.
Yeah. Trainer for Timmy Barton. Well, you got to help all clubs out.
Well done there from Alex Anderson as well. He arced his back, got the 1-2, and took the game on, and that's all it needed to get the ball to Geordie Cam and eventually Kamaric for the goal. So back in the middle now. Thomson will change their one player they've got on the bench now. McFadgen will come on. So it's up now. Jarvis versus Merich. Plant gets it out, still winning the clearances. Good tackle laid on Maguire that occasion from Cherkov, and we'll have another stoppage in the middle of the ground. Up again now, Jarvis, Merich. Merich gets the tap out. He's seen a free kick. It's going to go the way of Belpost Hill. It's going to go Merich's way. So he looks up now. Not too many options presenting. Might just go long down the line. He does. He kicks it into the path and then got rid of Flacavento was there as well. Couldn't quite. And there's been a free kick picked out, and it's going to go the way of Thomson. Josh Cam now will take the free kick. So Josh Cam has Plant further afield, deep in the defensive line of Thomson now. He wants to take the player on the mark. This might not work out. He's got to take a bounce there, and then it's a bit of a mongrel off the boot. Mowat takes the mark, though, and then played on. So now they've moved the ball further afield. This is better from Thomson. Finds Geordie Cam. Geordie Cam, can he get around his opponent? He can now. And now it's an up and under. You call that one a hospital ball. Who can get under it? Kamaric! Couldn't quite. Brings it to ground. Then Dalla got the hands out. Freeman as well. Still working well. Kicks it. The goalkeeper is back there. If it goes out of bounds, it's going to suit Thomson, and it does. So they'll have a stoppage no more than 15 metres out from Thomson's goal.
I tell you what, they're not going away, the Tommy Tigers. They are dead set having a fair dinkum
Having a crack. That's all you can ask.
With one sitting on the bench, and they are having a fair dinkum crack.
And Barrich is leading that way. Geordie Cam gets it out now. Plant, who's been good all day. You can never question how hard he goes in. So the ball's now wrapped up. Freeman, another one who hasn't stopped. Oh, another stoppage 40 metres out from Thompson's goal. Just see if they can kick the next one. Put a bit of doubt into the Lions Bellpost Hill. So get it. Ball forward now. Bellpost Hill clearing kick, although Thomson looked pretty well set ahead of the ball.
It's
fly, kick the ball.
He threw that.
Umpire says play on now. So in and under. Oh, there's got to be a free kick. Jarvis has given it away to his Crawford. Crawford's going to keep moving the ball long here. Norman's there. He might fly. He gets over the top. Now the player's wrapped up. The umpire says play on. They're going to have a shot at goal here, surely.
No, they're not.
Cleans it up. Russell there as well as Harmer, and they might see the ball over the boundary line. It still stays in. Now a shot from the boundary. It couldn't from here, and it's going to be a behind to the near side. So 6-12-48 to 11-6-72. 12 and a half minutes gone this last quarter, brought to you by Morris Finance.
So the ball's been brought back in quickly. They run the ball through the middle of the ground. Cam loads up and goes long into their half-forward line. Out the back, Bannister leads in the race for the ball. Doesn't look too interested in keeping it in, and the ball has gone over the boundary line, and there will be a throw-in.
That was a really bad kick. A nice kick there sets them up, but now it just puts it over the line. They're still in their forward line, but gee, a terrible kick.
Takes its toll, doesn't it, with these? We talk about the interchange and too many of them, but when you haven't got them, you definitely appreciate it. The ball from that ruck contest comes back to ground level, picked up Maguire, tried to get the handball outside. Ball has now cleared the area, but it's been picked up by Whitney. Handballs back through the contest, picked up by Bryans. Out the back to Churcop, and he tries to get away. He's tackled, brought over the boundary line, and will be a throw-in on the far side of the ground, as we said. And it's in between the half-forward line and centre wing. Ball now thrown back in by the umpire, and again, ball from that contest goes towards Maguire. Quickly, he's harassed. Ball comes out in the tackle, kicked back to the half-forward line, but Mark taken out there by Quinn once again. Across the ground he'll go. Basically comes up from behind the ball, needs a favourable bounce, has plenty of time now, goes back, looks at his options, handballs inside to Whitney, put him under a bit of pressure. Handball wasn't good. He went back and collected basically and got the ball. Players converge on him, and umpire said no prior opportunity there.
Whitney's wrist.
So the umpire's now called for back, and at the on the 50-metre arc or the square, ball is thrown up again. Jarvis this time taps the ball down. Churkup runs onto it with a bit of pace, comes out of the contest now, kicks back into the middle of the ground. Gardner's there, beat Cam, got a bad bounce. Now into the hands of Norman, and he kicks the ball in towards Costello, ball at the back, but that was nicely read, and a good mark taken out there by Mowat. So Mowat now can bring things back the other way. He needs an option. Has found one straight up the ground. Godwin's made good position, got in front. Kamarich did nicely, brings the ball to ground, gets to see himself out of trouble. Little kick forward looking for Jose, and he's up. Mark not taken. Umpire said it was going to be paid. So Dylan Jose has now got the ball just attacking side of centre wing. Globrim side of the ground. Looking for some options. There's not too much run left in them, but they need to move the ball. They go now long into their forward line. In front, Cam, good mark. Had to be paid and was. And he can go back and try and get them just a fraction closer. Thomson. His kicking boots haven't been on today. He's got 4 behinds, but this could change things around for him. So Cam now just taking his time. So he steps in now. He only needs to guide this over about 35 to 40 metres. Comes in, gets close to the man on the mark, and has put it offline once again. 5 behinds to a Geordie Cam. And now it is 6-13. Thomson, 11 goals, 6.
That's the funniest thing I've seen. The bloke on the mark, he's jumping up and down, and when he kicks it, he's back down. He's not up in the air.
Can you tell me why Thomson don't put someone on the line as well? Isn't that just basic footy etiquette?
Well, they would have thought it was going to go through from that distance, I thought. So the ball now is again has been chipped towards the middle, to the half-back line, and the mark has been taken out there by Vashurin. So again, Bellpost Hill will just go into their game plate. A little bit of possession football. got some options back, but he decides to play on and go down towards centre wing. Merich is down there. Up, Mark not taken, comes to the front of the pack, picked up. Flacavento and also big fella and Jarvis went after it. The ball's in the hands of Casey now. He loads up and goes long into their half-forward line. Mowat sits under the ball, doesn't take the mark. Ball comes to ground, picked up out there by Wilson. He was tackled and brought straight to ground. Umpire will say, let's have a ball up. So we've gone just over 16 and a half minutes, final quarter. It is 6-13 Thomson, 11-6 Bellpost Hill. Morris Finance final quarter scoreboard.
Ball up
That's got
on,
to be a free kick, didn't it?
on the 50 of Bellpost Hill. They get the ball forward, trying to. Harmer was nearly going to run away with it. But they found a free kick, and there's a Thomson player. It was Plant. I think he's going to get the free kick. He is. So he's battled hard all day for Thomson, especially after a big hit in that last quarter.
Yeah, but the thing with Plant is he needs to keep coming off, and it's too hard to do it with only one rotation, only one bloke on the bench. It's too hard. He's got to stay there.
So he's going to go in the direction of Geordie Cam. He takes a great contested mark. He's asking for the 50-metre penalty, and now he's set Freeman a challenge. He gets rid of his player beautifully and takes the mark.
No, I don't think so. That's a free kick every day of the week.
I think it was in the contest.
Free kick every day of the week.
So he moves it quickly. He sees Burke by himself. So Will Burke has had the most busy day, but he's got an opportunity. Can't waste too much time to go back and reduce this margin again. It'll be the last 2 goals for Thomson if he kicks it. Hugged up against the boundary. Take a good kick from 40 metres out. Comes in. Looks not great off the boot to the top of the square. Geordie Can going to jump over the top. He can't quite take the mark. Still in the area, and the ball gets rushed over the boundary line. So 6-14-50 to 11-6-72. We have had 18 minutes gone in this fourth quarter, brought to you by Morris Finance.
So a short kick out is going to find Casey in the back pocket. Don't be surprised if this goes back or across the face of goal here. So Casey now decides he's going to come straight down the line, and he goes long. Merrick in front. Ball gets to ground, picked up. Handball comes out the back to Plant. Once again, he goes long back into their forward line. Again, numbers back there with Bellpost Hill. First to arrive, Whitney got himself in and out of trouble. Hambers outside to Casey. He doesn't even look, just kicks the ball back outside 50. Yates can't take the mark. Try to go back after it. Merrick's there, obviously, to support him. Now he picks the ball up. Tackled. Good part. I thought it was an okay tackle. Didn't think there was too much wrong with that. McFadden was a little bit unlucky. Yates wins a free kick, goes outside, and he will find Norman. So Norman now. So he's being directed by a few players, but now decides that he's going to go long and straight down the ground. That's the direction he goes. Mark will be taken down there. Davis sneaks in front, and he takes the mark. So Davis to bring Thomson back the other way, goes across the ground. That will be okay, has Cam. He's got a short option over the top. Andersev, the kick was a little bit too much on it, but he's got plenty of time to go back and collect the ball. Looks to straighten up. Handball goes back inside to Gardner. Gardner goes long towards their forward line. Basely stands under it. Can't take the mark. Back at the front of the contest was Flacavento. He went back to Basely, looking at some options. Oh, that was incorrect disposal. Picked up by Freeman. Kicks it. Goal. Oh, hits the post. They can't take a treat out there this afternoon.
You've got to pay the advantage. I know the big fella wants it back, but you've paid the advantage, and that's it.
So they move now to 6-15. Bellpost Hill 11 goals 6, and we have gone 20 minutes final quarter.
Straight up the guts now. It might be straight to Joe. So over the top, a great mark taken by Jack Yates. Out of position and did no worries at all. Into the path of Norman now on the wing. Centre wing for Josh Norman. He moves the ball up and finds a teammate. Couldn't quite, was Luke Mann. And then at ground level, it might be a stoppage. It will be. So we'll have a ball up near centre wing. Probably attacking side of Bellpost 50. And Jose will go on the, it's going to be Jarvis, of course, and he's going to go back, hack kick out of there inside the forward 50 of Bellpost Hill now. Flacavento, handball out, well done, gets it to McNamara. No, sorry, it was Harmer. Fires off the ground, and that's going to go out of bounds on the full, so Thomson will bring the ball back in. Has McNamara not returned, has he?
No, he's got a cork calf.
Gotcha. So Spesteria will be to return the ball for Thomson. And he kicks it in the path of Jose, and the kick's good. So now he's probably still got to roll the dice here. Thomson, 21 minutes gone.
It'll matter if they roll the dice. It's far behind.
He keeps it back. Max Della does well there. Kicks it inboard, although the ball gets turned over now. Trav Maguire will make sure that ball doesn't come out. So it's going to be a stoppage. And at 6:15:51, Thomson trailing. Belpost to 11:6:72. Might be a bridge too far at the moment, especially with one on the bench for Thomson, as Jarvis does well against Merrick on that occasion. Ball comes out in the path of Cam. Cam gathers the ball. He might have a bounce. He's got a kick now, and he does. That's a better kick, and trying to find his brother in Geordie, although doesn't quite get to him. Now Gardner wins the ball, sends him inside forward 50. Freeman's got to beat 2. Can he do that? It gets over the back, and well done. It was Baisley and Quinn. They work it out, and then a kick finds Costello. So Belpo still work it out as they're going to go further along and find Yates.
So Yates now has the ball, defensive side of centre wing. And he's looking to slow things down out there now. He's going to go down the line with a longer kick. Out the back, well judged there by Davis. He was actually one that only read that nicely, gets the ball and goes inside to Jose. Jose knows the state of the game, and he's looking for some options, but there unfortunately not too much movement forward of the contest to be found now in Plant. Had a bit too much on it. The mark has been taken out there by Hogan. Hogan now on the left boot goes back into their half forward line. Joshy Norman's been good second half grub. He's been moving up.
Good. Yep.
Good nut marking options. Goes long into their forward line. Flacavento Davis over the top. That's the spoil you like to see, and the ball has gone over the boundary line and will be thrown back into the field of play.
Yeah, the first quarter I didn't think he was on that. He struggled a bit, but his second, third, especially his third and fourth quarters, Josh Norman, has been absolutely terrific.
They've needed someone to present up, and he's been doing it.
He's
right
been the one, done very, very well.
So again from the forward half.
Especially when you've got blokes like Dylan Whitney who haven't had a kick.
Yeah, no. Don't worry about it, mate. I'll slap you. Only cost you a slab one day. Ball from the contest goes back towards the goal square. I'll tell you what, that's not a bad try. Runs across the front of goal. Picked up Davis. Didn't pick it up cleanly. And went back and collected on hands and knees. Handballs the ball out. Goes to Mowat. Mowat did nicely. Got it to Cam. Cam was tackled, but I think the ball has gone over the boundary line, and we will have a throw in about 35 around from the goals.
Also, lads, Kamaric went off in the 10-minute mark of this quarter and has not come back on, taking his boots off.
Does he?
I don't think he's injured. I think they're just putting him on ice.
Well, they can't do that. They've only got one rotation. They can't leave a bloke off with only one bloke on the bench, surely.
Well, that's going to be going to play by the looks of it. Jose now has the ball. He's tackled and brought to ground. And again, umpire will come in and take possession of it once again.
Mind you, with the injuries that they've had, I hope that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
Because you don't want another one, especially that kid can play, actually.
Yeah.
He's been nearly best on today.
I wouldn't go that far, but he can play.
So the ball now again thrown up. Yates doing the ruck work. Ball comes out of that contest. Picked up again, cleared away. Mowat back to the middle of the ground. Was okay. Hit Della, but he didn't take the mark. He's got support out there. McFadden got the handball back inside. I think then his handball was going back looking for him, but missed the target by a long way. Picked up Baisley across the ground. Plant trapped that nicely. Was tackled, but got out of the tackle. Got the handball over to Maguire. Maguire out wide towards Anisev. Got the ball, picked it up. Handballs over the top to Gardner. Gardner back to Anisev. They're doing a lot of handballing out there. They're going to get caught, and they have been, and the umpire said no prior opportunity there. A ball up will take place once again. So we're just a little bit of hold there. Werribee currently lead Inverleigh by 11 points. I think the last time I checked, East Geelong were about 60 or 70 points up.
They kicked a couple, about 50, I think.
Is it? So, okay. Oh, yeah, back to 53. You're right, Grub.
Yeah, they kicked a couple, Belmont. It's not going to do them any good.
No.
Who's the premiership favourite? You've got no idea.
No, as I said, it's changed dramatically week in, week out. So just good to see that there's not much within those top 5 or 6 sides. If you play well, you can win games of footy.
Well, you see sides who play well, then, geez, they're going all right. Then they lose a couple. North did it, East
Yep.
did it, Belmont's done it.
So the ball thrown back in. Again, the ball from the ruck contest. Again, it's going to be Cherkop. Couldn't get clearance from that contest. Godwin in there working hard again. A ball handed back to the umpire.
Each year you go into the final singing, I think they might win it. This year, I've got no idea.
Yeah, ball was thrown up in the game. Maguire, he couldn't trap it. It comes out to Jones. Jones in the right boot. Kicks the ball back into their half-forward line. Davis bounced off his chest. He's got support there, and Cam was kicked off the ground. Went back to Davis. He's tackled. Need to get rid of it. Did so. Going to be picked up there. Costello got the handball over the top towards Mann. Went towards the boundary line, was pushed as he kicked it. He's able to keep the ball in, was he? No, he wasn't. Out of bounds on the full. Free kick will go to the Thomson side behind the goal post. I reckon that's Wilson back there with the ball. So he's now going to restart things for Thomson. He goes out towards the half-back line. Again, ball out. And the mark was taken. Was it inside the field of play? Yes, it was. So it's Mowat who's got the ball. He's going to come in dangerously, back into centre half forward, but it's been plucked off there by Baseley. Runs towards goal, and he has got his first goal of the afternoon. Caleb Baseley has got the Bellpost Hills 12th. They're 12-6. They lead Thomson on 6 goals, 15. We have gone almost 27 minutes of Morris Finance final quarter.
You know, I guess if you think you're still in the game and you're still trying to win it, you probably don't want to keep going around the outer side because you just haven't got the time. So you do the attacking thing. You go across to the middle, but when you do that, your kick's got to be perfect, especially when you got a bloke like Caleb Baseley flying in 100 mile an hour. So, you know, good luck to the kid. He tried it, but I think it was the wrong time and not a good enough kick. And Baseley just said, "That's a birthday present for him. Thank you very much."
So now ball back up in the middle, down to Plant, and there's going to be a free kick. It's going to be the advantage to Joe. He's going to send Thomson inside the forward 50 in the path of Cam. Now the ball, no, well done, the back by Bannister. He gets the ball, and then little chip kick over the top. It's going to end up with Quinn. So Quinn takes the mark in the pocket.
Yeah.
He's been everywhere. So they've got Hogan on short. He's not going to take him. It's going to be right in front of us in the broadcast position. Punched, and the ball's going to end up over the boundary line. Good defensive spoil on that occasion by Casey. So, won't be long to go. 28 minutes gone in this last quarter, and ball's going to be thrown in front of us. Merich and Jarvis has been the majority of the day. Jarvis grabs it out, gives it a Plant. He's played some sort of game. Kicks it forward. 1-on-2. Nearly one out by Geordie Cam. Then the handball to Freeman if he can still get it there. He then wins back his own ball. Then gets over the top to Gardner. Gardner, can he get rid of it? Umpire says play on. Handball over the top. What can Antisev do from the pocket here? He's going to handball just to his opponent. And then Bryans is going to see the ball out of bounds, or towards the boundary line, sorry. And then it's going to eventually trickle over. So 28 and a half minutes gone. 6:15:51 to Thomson Trail. Bellpost still 12-6-78. This is 29 minutes gone. Last quarter brought to you by Morris Finance.
Still 21 shots to 18.
Yep. Ball thrown back in again. The ball not taken cleanly. Merich got the handball over the top. Went outside looking towards Jones and Gardner. Gardner puts enough pressure on. Ball ends up in the hands of Jones, who kicks around the body into the half-forward line. Man underneath the ball. At the back, Costello, little quick hands up. Was very nice to Flacavento. Flacavento long back into the goal line. Ball hits the ground. Now it's there to be won. Picking a ball up was Cam. Cam took it away. Ran away from the contest. Took a bounce. Now he's in trouble, but did get the handball away. Outside to McFadden. He couldn't take it cleanly. Bryans was there. He picked it up and couldn't get a clearance away. Into the hands of Norman. Norman to Godwin. Godwin just puts boot to ball. He goes back towards the centre half forward position. Costello's there. Mowat brings ball to ground. Ground level. Bell picked up. Siren sounds. Game is over. And Bellpost Hill will run out 12-6-78. Winners over Thomson 6-15-51. Goal kickers for the day. 2 to Jose for the home side. 2 to Jose. 1 to Della. Plant, Antisev and Kamarich. And for Bellpost Hill, Costello with 3, Yates 2, Mann 2, 1 each. Godwin, Bryans, Baseley, Norman and Barton. Take a short break. Final scores from around the grounds. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football. Yes, welcome back. And I'll just try and give you some scores that we have so far from around the grounds. We know there's a couple of games that are final. At the moment, Anarchy now have come up final. Anarchy 90 have defeated Winchelsea 76. Live still at Corio 45, North Geelong 139. East Geelong final 105 have beaten Belmont Lions 52. Giants, a final score 54, have defeated Bannockburn 38. And the other game that's in progress and is closing in is Inverleigh 17-4. Some good kicking out there, 106. Currently trail Werribee Central 16-15, 111. So a 5-point margin there. And we're not too sure how far that is to go, but we'll keep our eyes on that. Grubby, as I said, a depleted Thomson side at the start of the game, and it wasn't helped during the course of the game, but you can't knock their courage in the final quarter to get out there and have a crack.
Oh, it was fantastic. And just before we do start, that's a big game that hasn't been finished yet, because if Inverleigh don't get up, I think the final five is definitely set. I don't think they can make it from there if they don't win today.
Mathematically, they can.
Yeah,
but
there's a few mathematically.
It's been in their hands. Now it's going to be taken away from them again.
Exactly. So anyway, but yeah, look, you've got to give credit to Thomson, except for their kicking, because their kicking, they had more shots. So they're early in the game. They kick straight. They probably still don't win for the simple fact is they run out of blokes. They have one on the bench. They end up taking Kamerick off just in case he got injured too, I think. And they put up a performance that, you know, they can actually be proud of and hold their heads up, because they just kept fighting and fighting till the end, even though they only had the one man on the bench and they lost some really good players during the game. But let's not take anything away from Belpost Hill, though. A couple of, I think Belpost still had 3 or 4 on the board. Thomson had 3 or 4 on the board before Belpost still scored. So they had to do a bit of fighting on their own, but their class was just too much, and their class players were just too good. And once they got in front, it was going to be a real tough task for Thomson with their injuries to come back. But as I say, all credit to them. But Belpost Hill's form was good, and I think they will make the finals. And on today's form and a couple of the games that I've seen, I think they can do something about it in there. I think it's, as we said before, there isn't any clear-cut premiership favourite here anymore. Everybody's got a chance from 1 to 5, whoever makes it. And Belpost Hill have done a pretty good job here today to convince us that they're a very good side. But all in all, I thought it was a really entertaining game. I suppose the last 20 minutes, Thomson couldn't win and the sting went out of it. But the 3 and a bit quarters, I thought it was a terrific game to watch and a great entertaining game.
Yeah, no, as I said, I enjoyed the game as footy. As I said, it was, I suppose when we talk good footy, we're talking about Inverleigh kicking straight out there against Werribee, but also today, Belpost still kicked the ball very, very well, whereas Thomson had some chances. What they end up with, 6 goals, 15. So, and look, there was 3 or 4 rush behinds in that situation, but having said that, they did have some chances. As I said, football is a game of chance, and when you get them, you've got to take them. So they didn't do that this afternoon, and that may come back and bite them later in the season if they continue to get injuries and they continue to go the way they are. Winchelsea have put up a pretty good performance out there today against Anarchy, only being beaten by a couple of goals, and I would think that most would have seen Anarchy as the winners out there. So it still keeps things alive, but again, as I said, this season, the results today probably fall with that's the last game we're waiting for is the Inverleigh game and the Werribee game. So if we can get some final scores there, it'll be very interesting to see what happens to the ladder and where things will be at the end of the day. What are your thoughts on the game, Arch?
I thought it was a very entertaining contest, Smithy, for the majority of the day. Obviously, you hate to see Thomson. They've already been cruelled by injury this year, and another 3 players at least got injured today, which you don't like to see, especially that one with Sam Jacker. That was nasty, and Jay Diffie going off with the shoulder. So we wish those players the best of luck, and we hope to see them again. But it's not looking good. I think Paul Lynch, early on, it looked like a bit of a coaching masterclass. But then in the second quarter, the Belpost
Inverleigh hit the front.
They've hit the front.
Inverleigh hit the front.
I've just got in progress and my scores haven't come up.
But no, I think it was a great contest. I think the second quarter, Belpost still fought back hard. They started winning the ball around the middle, and then it was a bridge too far to come when you can't give your mids a rest. You've got 8 players under 22. It was a mammoth task for Thomson in the end, especially with not having any bench. or having one on the bench. And so, yeah, no, overall, I think Thomson fought hard, but Bellpost Hill, like we talked about earlier, about premiership favourites, now we can't pick one. I think Bellpost Hill are going to get in the discussion now of a team that could possibly win the grand final, especially after last year. Thomson coming from outside, not having the double chance and winning the flag. It's shown it can be done before. And watching that outfit today, if they can play like that, they could definitely challenge come the pointy end of the season.
That's a pretty big change of heart for you because you picked Thomson to win this game pretty easily.
No, I didn't. I picked Bellpost Hill.
Who did he pick?
I can't remember.
He picked Thomson.
Do you want me to send you the clip tonight?
Get it back, will you? He picked Thomson. Thomson will win easy, he said. 7 goals. That's what I remember hearing.
No.
Well, Grub, you reckon this is an easy game to put votes into, so we might as well start with you.
All right, well, it's not that easy because you know what I'm like.
Yep.
I don't normally just put an opposition player in the votes from a losing side.
Yep.
Today I've got 2 I want to try and put in, and I can't. So I'm going to put both of them in as the third vote. I thought, like, if your full forward dominates, he kicks 8. If your full back dominates, he kicks none. But I've never seen a ruckman dominate a game of football that like Jarvis did today. He won just about every tap out. They all went to Thomson blokes until they woke up and actually end up roving to the ruckman. But I gave Jarvis and Kamerick were really, really good. And look, if it comes down to a real tight one, I'm going Jarvis. But 2 votes, I thought Dylan Whitney had probably 35 touches and did much with everyone. And the third vote, or number 1 vote, I thought it's the bloke that you always pick. He was unreal. I reckon the marks, the times it was him that fought it out. His first 10 minutes, they, as I said earlier in the game, ran up the ground, ran back because they tagged him, but they didn't tag him all day, and they probably should have. And then, just to put icing on the cake, he goes down and kicks a beautiful goal. But Caleb Basley, for mine, was easily best on the ground.
How you going, mate?
I think, actually, I'm more similar than I thought it'd be, Robbie. Definitely, I thought that for the first vote, I usually don't give votes to the other team, the losing team as well. But Benny Kamaric, I thought he played an excellent game. I thought he was good all around the ground. He was getting under his skills, just looking class above most of the other players out there, and his work rate. You'll see him in the forward line, and then you'll see him defending down half back. And he looks like a real on-field leader. I've heard from a few Thomson boys say that you'd always see him talking and demanding players to go in certain positions, etc. So I've given him 1 vote. 2 votes, I've gone probably a younger kid, number 29, Henry Verschuren. I thought he was pretty good all around the ground today. I thought his kicking and disposal efficiency, that's going to get better as he gets older, but I thought the positions he put himself in and his overhead marking, I thought was really good around the ground. And 3 votes I gave to Dylan Whitney. I didn't think there was a better player on the ground. I thought that he was had the ball, as Grubby said, perfectly 35 times, and he just looks like he doesn't make a mistake. And another one of those players that's just such an on-field leader and just leads by example week in, week out. So he gets my 3 votes.
I've given 1 vote to Dylan Godwin. I thought he was good again today. I didn't put me mate Caleb Basley in the votes today. I can't
believe that.
No, I thought
he was so far best on the ground. It's not funny.
Yeah, for me, his second half was as good as anybody on the ground. Just thought his first half wasn't as influential as he can normally be. I gave 2 votes to Ben Kamaric. I thought his game for Thomson all day was sensational, and he worked extremely hard in trying to get them back into the game. And because Dill Whitney came over and said, I never give him a vote, I've given him 3 votes today. So I gave 3 votes to Dill Whitney.
Right, I've got an assignment for you 2 blokes during the week.
I'm not going to sit back and watch a game.
Sit down and watch the video, and if you can still come back and tell me that Basley wasn't best on the ground, I'll give it away. I will give it away. I can't believe that. I mean, even if you didn't think that this and that, he's got to get 2 or 1. Both of you imbeciles left him in.
Well, today,
I can't believe that.
You know, I'd put him in 9 times out of 10.
But you're only not putting him in because you always do think, I better not today. He was unbelievable.
He was a good footballer. His second half was brilliant. It was as good as anybody on the ground.
I reckon his second quarter he started. As I said, the first 15 minutes he got tagged. But I tell you,
if you tell me how to get on the thing and watch it, I might sit down one night this week.
You watch just how well he played. Every time the ball come out, it was because of him.
Yep.
He might not have been the one kicking it, but it was because of him. And I'll tell you now, I know you just don't go on possessions, but if you go on possessions, I would say both of those players touched the footy 40 more times than Verschuren. How would you get him in front of Callum Basely? You are got to be kidding. And I thought Godwin played the worst game I've seen him play. And I was going to give him votes at North Geelong. He was terrific.
I thought Jack Yates was good today. As well.
He was next, but only in spurts.
Yeah,
he played well for 10 minutes and then stopped playing. He comes off the ground a lot of times.
Yeah, he does.
And I think that's because of the way he
hustle and bustle.
The way he plays the game. But
I think Zach Plant was close to getting a vote. I thought he was pretty
Zach
good
Plant was
today.
good.
Yep.
Zach Plant was good. And
Geordie Cam was
Geordie
good.
Cam was
Cam
nearly.
was great.
Hey, he was so close to a vote.
Yep.
If put it this way, if they had a won and end up dominating the last quarter, and you leave other blokes out, Cam and Plant are candidates for votes.
Cam's probably best on ground if he kicks 5 goals instead of 5 behind.
Exactly. Well, they're all pretty gettable as well.
Yeah. The other thing with Kamerick is normally when he gets the footy, he's that skillful that he hurts you, but he didn't hurt him today. A lot of his kicks went straight up in the air or not to precision, and that's probably what would cost him for me, that he didn't hurt him so much today. But he usually does. He's a good player.
Yeah.
You know?
We can tell you that the season is still alive because Inverleigh have actually got over the top of Werribee out there by the solitary points.
1 point. I told you that would happen, didn't I?
Yeah. So they are still up and running. So again, now it makes next week's games, I suppose, even more important, and remains to the situation where both Bellpost and Inverleigh have got some tasks ahead of them. Bellpost Hill will be at home to East Geelong, and Inverleigh will now go and take on Belmont Lions, who got beaten this afternoon. But that is at Belmont, so that's going to be an interest contest. The other games next week, we've got Werribee Central's taking on Corio, North Geelong taking on the Giants, Bannockburn are at home to Anarchy, and Winchelsea take on Thomson. And that, after today, could be a bit of a task, because out there and taking on Thomson with their injuries that they are at present, that's going to make things very, very interesting for that game as well. So there's some interesting games there, and we need to make a decision, I suppose, either today or on the next day or so, of where we're going to go.
We've got to make a decision now.
Where are you going to go? Belmont Lions and Inverleigh?
You better say them again.
We've got the games of relevance are really only Belmont Lions, Inverleigh,
Werribee Corio,
or Winchelsea Thomson. Now, you're not going to go see Winchelsea Thomson, I don't think.
No. It's actually, I think it's East Geelong Thomson the following week that we're going to go to because of the Past Players Day.
Yep.
So we'll have to go to Inverleigh Belmont.
Righto. Belmont versus Inverleigh.
Yep.
At the Belmont Lions.
It's at Belmont, is it?
At the Winter Resort.
Let me think about it a bit more. It's a long walk over for afternoon tea.
Yes, it is.
I didn't mention it, did I?
No.
We've all, for a long time, we've always reckoned that Anarchy, the yardstick for afternoon teas. That afternoon tea in there today was second to none. So for the Thomson Footy Club, Flea and all his workers, absolutely magnificent afternoon tea. All right, we'll go to Belmont.
We're going to Belmont?
Yep, we're going to Belmont.
All right then, Grub. Well, you know what your procedure is now. Thank you, our sponsors.
Have I still got the thing? I bought the wrong book. No, I haven't. Are we done, are we?
Yeah, I think so. We're pretty much done here now.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the most important part of the game.
Absolutely.
These people, out of the goodness of their hearts, throw their money into the league, throw their support in the league. So the Buckleys, who are, well, I just say it every week, they are the best. Elders Insurance, you can't beat them. P&R Foods, go and have a look at P&R Foods because they are magnificent. And, of course, if you need a quid, go and see Martin Carter and his boys at Morris Finance and they'll give you one. Don't worry about that. Mind you, you do have to pay it back, but they'll look after you. Don't you worry about that. For Routley's, the big men fly for the Routley's pie. Thank you very much for them, for victory trophies. If you're in the city, go to the Hoffman Hotel for a coldie. Even better if you're out in the west because you get to the Yards Hotel. Kempy Engineering, read the play of the day. We had a couple of good ones today. Thank you, Kempy. For Athlete's Foot, promoted trophies, Connectel. Yes, that's right. Connectel, who do the goal today. Thank you very much for every single one of you.
Thank you, Grub. You've done your bit there to everybody here this afternoon. We thank them for your support, as I said, for the boys here in the broadcast, the boys that are doing the backup work for us, and Tyler and the cameraman. Where'd the other man? Where'd Bradley go? Oh, okay. He's had a bit of a laid off and he's gone home, but we got through the day pretty nicely. So everyone, we hope to hear you all and see you all back here next week. You listen to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.